602-614-5590. That's 602-614-5590 or visit accesspropertyadvisors.com.
If you're struggling, if you're lost, if you need someone to talk to, or if you're concerned about a loved one, call, text, or live chat the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. 988 crisis counselors are available 24/7 to listen and provide free, confidential support when you need it most.
Thank you for contacting 988. How can I help you today?
The first step to help and healing is 3 numbers away. When you reach out to 988, Hope always answers. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Department of Health.
You've made your financial plan, but are you prepared for an emergency?
Hello, I'm Mo Ansari, host of Market Wrap and president of Compact Asset Management, where we focus on holistic wealth management. That means helping you find the right investments and planning for the future. But the best investment plan in the world can be ineffective if you or your loved ones cannot access the information quickly. Do you know your account numbers and where your insurance policies are kept? Who do you want to take care of your children if something happens to you? From a natural disaster to a death in the family, every household needs an emergency plan in order to cope and recover. Call my office at 1-800-388-9700 and ask for the personal financial information packet, which can help you keep all of your important details together for easy access. That's 1-800-388-9700, 1-800-388-9700.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor. Funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA SIPC.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it. All right, everybody, it's Wednesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. You know, that was just ugly. That was just ugly last night.
Oh,
so damn ugly.
Yeah.
So damn ugly. You know what I'm saying? And I just, I
know. Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand. I don't understand. Help me out here. I mean, okay, one of the things I saw, I can tell you that I saw, just a lot of shots not going in. And it was almost like just a hell. Sometimes we have a hell show where nothing works and everything is off and nothing is quite right. It seems like they had a hell game where no shot wanted to go down. Nothing happened. Nothing good seemed to want to happen. Help me here. Is it just me? Or did it seem impossible? And it wasn't even that the Nuggets were so great that they defensively swarmed and stopped the Suns. The Suns just couldn't do bleep. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm out of my mind, because that's what I saw.
The Nuggets were in charge from the first tip.
No more than they would have been any other time. Their offensive output wasn't exceptional to what they've been doing, which, of course, Jokic is exceptional. I'm not taking that away. But it seemed like more the Suns beating themselves and just not getting any shots to fall, not getting anywhere on offense. It just,
I will tell you what I found interesting, and it was I saw it on Twitter earlier this afternoon. Devin Booker went into one of the huddles. And he was demonstrative in this huddle, with the guys. He was talking.
All right.
And he said something to DeAndre Ayton. And I guess it was something to the effect of, do you want to win? Then get the damn ball. Go get the ball.
Well,
hustle.
And-
Because DeAndre was lagging behind. You know, he was bending down, hands on knees.
he had his standard 9 rebounds that he gets every game by barely trying.
He
He
wasn't
has a
helping
few
on
more
the
points on offense.
wasn't helping on the other side of the court.
The possession that Booker was referring to is when he kind of gets hit in the side a little bit. Then the entire team goes down to play offense, and DeAndre doesn't even go down the floor.
So
So he's just
so
standing there,
Booker-
hands on knees on the other end, while 4 guys are going against 5.
So, but the end of my story is, and I know you have a lot of information you want to cover, but I found this interesting. DeAndre, instead of receiving, got up and left the huddle, walked away from the huddle.
Moved like 3 seats over on the bench.
If
I
DeAndre,
rest my case, Your Honor.
if he is on this team next year, it would be a surprise to me.
So, Keon, did you see the same thing I saw? What I saw, of course, DeAndre Ayton being frustrating, had a few more points on offense. I guess that's the only bright spot for him. Outside of that, I agree with Randy. Bye-bye. But as far as their shots weren't falling, that's it. They had open, clean shots. Clunk. They were, all of them, doing their best Klay Thompson impersonation.
Yeah, I just think that you were never going to have superhuman Devin Booker, Kevin Durant performances the entire series. Hell of a time for that to come at this point in the juncture. Yeah, they just didn't work out. But yeah, shots were just not falling. What I thought what happened was, though, in that third quarter, they got so discouraged by that that the whole team kind of just stalled out. Like there wasn't a whole lot of fire there outside of Book, unfortunately. Because Booker went at Durant, but Durant was like nodding, like, yeah, we could probably go harder. We could probably go harder. And that was in that same huddle that Ayton leaves. But man,
26 and 28 points from Booker and Durant should not be a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They should be able to do that and still win a damn game. So it's not on them. So if anybody's saying, well, I guess Kevin Durant's not that good. Oh, I guess Devin Booker's not the light-skinned mamba. Shut up.
They actually just had a solid game. But
Yes.
the thing is, the Suns can't afford for them to just be solid.
At some point, the bench has to come in and contribute. At some
The
point,
bench was not too bad.
Yeah, the bench wasn't
over
shabby.
20.
At
But
some point, you need somebody to step up and help out.
Let me help you out. I'll tell you what needs to happen. This is a little something from Monty Williams. Monty, hi. Jeffrey O'Brien. Stop starting a Kogi. Okay? This is not the first game I've seen with him with 1 point. He's not a starter. You got guys on the bench doing better. There are other people you can put into that starting lineup. Stop starting a Kogi.
I don't know. There's this guy on your bench. His name is Torrey Craig. He only went 10 of 13 from 3 in the Clipper series. Might want to think about putting him out there.
What about TJ Warren?
How
maybe?
about TJ Warren? TJ Warren didn't look too bad in game 4. Yeah, there are options out there. Like, I like Okogie. I do. I think that he is a talented basketball player on the defensive end, but he's not a two-way guy. And what the Suns need offensively is a third guy who's going to go out there and score. And when you look at the Nuggets have Jokic, the Nuggets have Murray, and then they have any number of guys who could be their third guy on a given night. Last night, it happened to be Michael Porter Jr., gave him 19 points. But sometimes that guy is Aaron Gordon. Sometimes that guy is Bruce Brown, Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Like they have guys that can be that third option, and they're not consistent enough to be that every night, but one of those guys is going to pop off one night, and the Suns don't have anybody, or at least Monty's not starting them, that could be the third guy.
I got to tell you, when they brought in Durant, as I have said over and over, I said, this is not going to be probably the year. It'll probably be next year. Man, I hate going out like this. I hate going out like this where it's possible. There is a possible way for the Suns to take care of business with the Nuggets. And if it's a home court advantage, we've lost. It's already done because they won all of theirs at home. We've won all of ours at home. If we win again at home tomorrow, we have to go back to Denver. If we can't win in Denver, so long, suckers. That's it. We're done. And I kind of like the idea of getting a piece of them Lakers. It looks like it will be the Lakers. I mean, I kind of feel like, unfortunately, it will be. And we're never going to hear the end of that. We're never going to hear the end of that.
Well, of course not. And you understand that. But still, I just think that the thing, and I think you said this earlier, Jeffrey, the thing that makes this series frustrating is if you showed up and Denver just looked like a juggernaut and flattened you, it wouldn't feel so bad. But actually, that's a beatable team.
Yeah.
And there were just games where the decision making from either Monty or, the turnovers from Durant or the lack of effort from Ayton or the non-production from the bench at times just kind of all killed you in different games. And the result is one of those road games you needed to win to really give yourself a chance to seal up this series, and you didn't do it.
We'll have to see if it can be game 7 then, because that's all there's left. I would not be surprised if the Nuggets come and take it from us here in Phoenix on Thursday. I don't want it. I'm rooting against it, but it just don't feel good right now, does it?
No, I think the Suns would win at home, but I how confident do I feel? It's not 100%. I wouldn't even say it's 70% at this point. It's somewhere between 50 and 65% of how I feel about it. So yeah, it's not great feeling at all.
So there's nothing to fix.
No, I mean, like at
There's
this point
nothing
in
to
the
do.
series, we are 5 games into this series going on 6. There is nothing left for us to yell and scream about. We know what the Suns need to do. They just need to go out there and do it. All at once, everybody. The bench needs to play well. Durant and Booker, can't have another one of those games. Not because, it means they're bad players, but because the Suns simply can't afford it. And it's all got to work together at once in one game.
And Chris Paul looks like he's been getting ready to come back. I don't even know if that's going to matter. I don't even know if that's going to make a big bit of difference. So we've already talked about how the Suns seem to play the Nuggets better at a faster pace, which does not include Chris Paul. So that doesn't give us a whole lot of nothing. So I don't even know what to think. It's very depressing and sad. And, but it's also, I guess we have to shake it off and know this was probably going to go this way anyway. Wilbur says it was so ugly to make a train take a dirt road. That's how ugly it was. Scratch Me Because says, could the elevation of Denver be an issue? I mean, they have to go back and forth in the elevation just like we do. So maybe they've spent a few more days in it in their life, but yeah, I mean, maybe I guess
in game 1 of a series, I'll grant you that. But like you've been there now. We've had some long layovers in Denver where they've been there a while and have to go out and win. Like it can't be the elevation every single time. You held them to 97 points in game 2 with that elevation. You just didn't play good enough offensively. And so you lost.
And the Suns have been up there. They left immediately following game 4. They left Phoenix about an hour after that game, and they took off, and they've been in Denver since that evening. So I think they're acclimated. I mean,
yeah,
these guys are elite athletes. I don't think it takes it that much to run around in a gym in Denver.
Like this is your 3rd time there in the last couple of weeks. You should be there by now, like used to it. That's not an excuse to me.
Jiggy says, go Lakers. Too bad Phoenix can't win a game in Denver. Wanted to see that series. You might still yet, Jiggy, because all it takes for the Suns is to win at home and win in Denver. I mean, it's just, it should boil down to one game. Either way, it's going to boil down to one game.
Yeah.
Either here or there, but hopefully both. But we might still see it, but you can't blame us for feeling a little downtrodden on this right now. That was just tough to watch. I mean, I punished myself. It's like, I don't know, what is it? The stigmata or whatever that is, where they whip themselves and then, the religious guys.
The flagellation.
Cat of nine tails, and they just sit there and I felt that's what I was doing to myself. I watched the game all the way to the end.
Oh, good Lord.
And why do I hate myself? Why? It was hard. It was hard. Wilbur says the elevation is exactly it. DeAndre Ayton is higher than a kite. Well, I don't think he's high. I don't.
Well, the thing is, DeAndre Ayton wasn't doing anything here, so it's not going to be the elevation for him there.
So quickly, DeAndre Ayton. What are the Suns going to do about that? Nothing. Just a whole lot of nothing now. Just stuck with it.
Well, I mean, you're as long as you're in the postseason, you're stuck. But after that, yeah, you should start looking around to figure out who would be willing to take DeAndre Ayton, and I would start targeting some of these teams that are about to reboot, and see if you can't get some spare parts from them.
Get your mediocre here. Get your mediocre.
Some team that's not going to mind
right here. Get your mediocre. Doesn't seem like a really good sales pitch, does it?
It isn't. You're going to have to also probably give that team a pick, or they're going to have to unload some contract that's even longer than DeAndre Ayton's. That's about it. But if you're looking at a team that's trying to blow things up and start over, those are the teams that you're likely to try and move Ayton to.
Yeah, but even them will look at it and go, yeah, but look at him,
Yeah, but teams that know they're not winning, teams that know they have to essentially tank to get better, because you don't want to be in the middle. You don't want to be 9.
You want to pay that much to
8
tank?
seed. Yeah, I mean
big paycheck.
Sure, but it doesn't matter if your long-term goal is by the time we're good, this contract is over. Then no one's going to care that much about it. Teams do it all the time.
Fifth letter says, Jiggy, go Lakers is right, but the job is not done yet. The series ain't over. Got to take care of business tonight, says the fifth letter. Oh, the Laker fans are coming out to gloat over, our steaming dead body.
And rightfully so. I mean, the Lakers are they're up in the series and they've got their foot on the throat of the Warriors. But like I told Anthony on Twitter, easy. You still have to win another game in this series before you can move on to the championship. And even then, if you play the Nuggets, I still have no hope that the Los Angeles Lakers, albeit a wonderful turnaround, albeit a team that is a photo negative of themselves from earlier this season, going all the way into to the playoffs and with a run this deep, I mean, that's pretty amazing. But you got to take care of business. Don't get ahead of yourselves, Laker fans. Don't get ahead of yourselves.
Well, speaking of that, Ralph from Harmon Solar is on the text line. Says you need more than 2 players to win a championship.
Yep.
Sorry, Suns.
Yep.
Okay.
I think everyone was aware of that.
Thanks for that obviousness. Thank you.
It's just that the third guy decided that he no longer wanted to be a part of the team in the middle of the playoffs. So
yeah, he just quit. He's a quitter. Yeah.
What do you want?
He's an overpaid quitter.
Pinocchio says, I had no vomit to spew for the Suns after my Celtics' pathetic performance in the Garden. Hear me, Randy, please. Yeah, that was kind of a surprise, wasn't it? Joel Embiid, the MVP, for a reason, got his 33, and the Sixers beat the Celtics 115-103. But, wow. But that's sort of like Boston's new thing, isn't it? That's sort of like their new mode of operandi, to lose a giant game like this at home. I did not see that coming. The hell went wrong for the Celtics, Keon?
It's
same thing that happened to the Suns.
Not quite the same thing that happened in the Suns with the Suns. I think we're starting to see now a little bit of that difference between Ime Udoka and Joe Mazzulla.
Mm-hmm.
Udoka was much more of a defensive-minded coach. It starts with defense, then we'll build everything off of that. And if you had asked Ime Udoka if he were still coaching this team, what went wrong last night, he would have said,
"Let me get off this woman." Oh, sorry.
Well, he might have said that too, but he would have said, we didn't play defense well enough. You ask Joe Mazzulla what went wrong. Joe Mazzulla said we didn't make enough shots. We didn't score enough points. He's much more offensive minded. He's much more reliant on the three, and he's turned the Celtics into more of what the Warriors are in that live by the three, die by the three kind of mindset. They have a center who's really good on the defensive end, so they don't have to do that. So I don't know why.
Like?
That's what who knows? But Joe Mazzulla, he's a good coach, but his philosophy is not helping in this series. Also, yeah, you know what? I didn't think that you could get 33 points out of Joel Embiid and his knee the way it is right now. But I looked at halftime and he had 21 points. So, he went out there and battled his heart out. And I think also a lot of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, who's a young guy that they're hoping is going to take that next step to superstardom. He's got all the talent in the world, but he's just got to be a whole lot more consistent. But he's trying. He's a young guy, and he went out there and gave him 30. And so the combination of him and Embiid And the fact that the Celtics died by the three because they were just shooting. Well, it wasn't even the threes that they were missing. They were missing everything.
Every time you say Joe Mazzulla, is that what you said? Joe Mazzulla. Every time you say that, you know what I think? Joe Mazzulla, bippity boppity boo. That's every time I hear you say Joe Mazzulla. That's what comes into my head. And now it will always come into yours. 888-368-1580. Big George says, so when did this become the Lakers text line? Also, Randy, Anthony is actually Ralph on Twitter. He outed himself by posting the same thing on 2 different Twitter profiles.
Burner. Did we find the Ralph Burner account?
You dirty dog.
It's not really hard to figure because I saw that too, and he used the same last name. So
all it takes is one time forgetting to log out.
Fifth letter says series is far from over. I ain't satisfied one bit. Believe it or not, I'm rooting for the Suns. I actually want that series. Everybody wants that series, but I tell you, as much trouble as the Suns are having at this moment, I still like the Suns against the Lakers. I know all you Laker fans are probably just rolling your eyes right now, but I actually really do. It's a different pace. You old farts probably would love to see us slow down the pace. Historian says, give Ayton a baby pacifier and put him in a damn timeout.
I don't know why they're still playing him. I know they're paying him an enormous amount of money he doesn't deserve.
He's not helping.
But I don't know why they're still playing him. Put somebody in there that wants to be there. Somebody that wants to play the game.
I agree. I mean, at this point, he is so disengaged from the team. Not just from the head coach, but from other players who are just asking him to not even be stellar. They are asking him to be average.
Could you
average.
Just try. Could you try?
Yeah. And
just try.
Because if he's going out there and doing 15-9, 15-10, no one is complaining right now.
Whoa.
But
sorry, Fifth Letter just offered us a trade. I don't know if he's qualified or if we're even qualified to accept on behalf of the Phoenix Suns. Sorry, that was a shocking trade. He says, trade you for, I'll give you LeBron for Ayton straight up.
Wow.
That would be really bad idea on the Lakers' part.
And they would never do it. Rob Pelinka, who has had his struggles, would at least know that horrific trade coming from a mile away.
Fifth Letter, how do you not know that LeBron is your engine right now? He's the engine.
LeBron has one leg. He's not 100%. He's got one leg,
and he's still better than everyone on the court.
Yes, in this entire series. So why would you want to do that? My Ayton trade would be, my Washington Wizards are just go take Porzingis, who I know tries and who has been healthy at least the last year.
Why do you want to hurt your team?
Well, I'm not trying to hurt my team. They need to blow everything up and start over. And Porzingis, unfortunately, makes them too good to draft in the top of the lottery. So they end up drafting 9th, 10th, 11th every year.
All right. Hold on a second, Keon. Hey, Randy, what do you think? We Ayton for Porzingis?
You got to get because everyone's not going to come knocking on the door for Ayton.
We got to do something, Randy. We got to do something.
Really? What is there to waffle about?
I'm pretty sure we're authorized to accept this. I think we got to act on this quick.
That is addition by subtraction. Even if Porzingis is not healthy and gives you nothing, you no longer have DeAndre Ayton in his monstrously large contract.
All right, I guess I can go with that.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as Ayton's no longer on the team.
That's the most important part of this whole trade is you're not just taking a risk on a guy like Porzingis, who, if he pans out, will help you 100%. But also, Ayton's not on your team, which is what you really want.
Randy and I are going to talk about this during the break. We'll let you know if we accept your trade. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Juice Reel, the betting intelligence tool that's making better bettors. Open the App Store and get your hands on Juice Reel. Start betting smarter. Juice, R-E-E-L. Juice Reel. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
3 Game 5s tonight in the NBA. The New York Knicks will be home in Madison Square Garden taking on the Miami Heat. Knicks facing elimination down 3-1. They're a 3.5-point home favorite tonight, minus 164 on the money line. Miami plus 138 over under at the Garden is at 209. The Golden State Warriors home at the Chase Center in San Francisco facing elimination against LeBron James and the Lakers. The Warriors a 7.5-point favorite tonight, minus 320. The Lakers plus 260. The over under at 225. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
I switched to Boost Mobile and got a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Want to know the best part?
It was free?
Nope.
The fact that it's on America's largest 5G networks?
Nope. It's the ding.
Oh, yeah. Love the ding.
Right? It's all about the ding. It's the dingarooski, the dingaroner, the ring-a-ding-ding.
Unleash your power to save with Boost. Get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone when you switch. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power.
And the ding.
Limited time offer. New customers only. Available on select networks. 5G not available everywhere. One device per line. Tax excluded. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
Imagine getting ahead of your irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C by treating it with Linzess. Then you could start proactively managing your constipation with belly pain and get ahead of your symptoms. Talk to your doctor about Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine what could relief from IBS-C mean for you. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Today on Hey Culligan Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener. Here's Kevin.
Hey Culligan, can a smart water softener lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you. So your water stays soft, and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Now that the draft is in the books, it's that time of the season when the team gets together, to get acquainted.
Let's go. Practice time.
Summer means mini camps, OTAs, and it's on to preseason. Keep yourself tuned to the station with all the insight, updates, and breaking news when you need to know about the NFL offseason. Remember, if it's the NFL, we talk about it. Your home for NFL news, games, playoffs, and Super Bowl in the Valley. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. CK says, good afternoon, fellas. Ranty, Beerman, Keon. My trade proposal makes a lot of sense. DeAndre Ayton for Unicorn and Kuzma. If the money needs to work, you could throw in Shamet. Hold on, CK. We're already working on a trade deal. And Randy and I talked during the break. We've decided to deny that trade to the Washington Wizards. Sorry, Keon. You'll have to go back to your people and figure something else out.
No, we'll just find another awful player to tank with. That's fine.
Mm.
You can be stuck with DeAndre Ayton if you like. I tried to offer you an olive branch that would help your organization.
We can get unstuck
Why
somewhere else.
are you offering an olive branch to us? Are we?
Olive trees make all sorts of mess on the sidewalk, Keon.
Yeah,
So
true.
of course we don't want your damn olive branch. We don't want your olive trees.
That's
There's
what an olive tree does to it.
bunch of spots all over the damn
Good
sidewalk.
luck moving your 132 $1 million man that nobody else wants.
Right.
Good luck.
Okay. Thank you.
You think you're the only team?
Yes.
Big George says.
Literally, yes.
Keon, any chance we trade DeAndre Ayton for Karl Anthony Towns or Sabonis maybe?
No, because no other team in the league would do that. The King. Do you see how good Sabonis has been for the Kings? Absolutely not. And Karl Anthony Towns, even though he is soft as soft can soft, he does actually try when he's out there, and he has a legitimate three-point shot for a big man.
That's an interesting thought. A guy who's soft, but he sure is trying. We have a guy who could be hard as nails who ain't trying. Same soft, different reasons. Which one is more infuriating? You know which one. DeAndre Ayton.
The guy that doesn't try.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could forgive a lot, but I can't forgive when your team is down there. You basically left your team on a power play because you didn't want to run down the floor.
Yeah, exactly right. 5 and 4 power play.
That's
right.
That's stupid. There's no words to describe what that is.
No, there's a word. Lazy. Oh, there's another word. Powder. There's another word. Soft. Plenty of words. I'm just done with that guy. Let's see. Ralph from Harmon Solar says, as much as I'd like to see the Lakers win tonight, here's where he does the backdoor cover on his own ass because he knows that there's a good chance that the Warriors are going to come back. He says, I don't see that happening. The Warriors are champions. They'll pull out a game 5. Like I said when this started, Lakers in 6. I hope it goes to 7.
Though. I hope it goes to 7 too, just because I like game 7s.
If the Suns ain't doing it, I hope the Warriors do it. Just because I just don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Listen, I've given you all I can give you. I have said, yep, you know what, guys? I was the first one to say it. Golly, these Lakers are probably better than we thought they were. These Lakers are doing pretty good. Street Clothes is late for his latest injury. They're playing like a well-oiled machine. I think LeBron sees this as, this is it. This is my last year to be this good. This is my last year to play this well. I got Anthony Davis healthy at this moment, and he wants it. He can taste it. He wants that championship because he's still fighting against the ghost of Kobe and Michael Jordan. So, this team is good. Yeah. I told you, this team is good. But I'd kind of like him to go down because I just don't want to hear it anymore, man.
All I have to say is if the Lakers somehow blow a 3-1 lead in this series, I will haunt Lakers fans forever.
Please, you know who did that? The Warriors. The Warriors have done that to who? LeBron James.
The Warriors have done that. However, the Warriors have had that happen to them, and it was LeBron James that did it. So just saying,
that's what I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said one half of that. I said another thing.
Yeah, but I said the first part of the half, and so I get credit for the whole thing. Make sure somebody marks this down.
No, yeah. I'm saying
I get full credit.
I don't. I think you're missing the point of what I'm saying.
What
I'm saying is
now.
What I'm saying
is, Randy, appreciate it.
Nobody.
It's the whole. Yeah.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
The Warriors have done this before, but so has LeBron. Is my point.
I just said the same thing.
No, you didn't say the so has.
Said the same thing.
I'm saying the opposite of what you're saying, which
you're saying the opposite when you said the same.
Yeah, you're using the same teams and everything.
I don't
see how you're saying the opposite
because
it's not the same teams because it's LeBron and Cavaliers, it's LeBron and other people.
Correct. The LeBron part is the part that I was saying. So I was saying basically correct. The first, no, you did not. You said you said Steph Curry and the Warriors have done this before.
Aren't 5 hours of radio enough for you?
No, I will never have enough.
He's been a little surly since he started that other program too.
Well, no, you just literally you literally said I said what you said, and I did not say that.
You
said
what I did not.
I said what you said what you said, and then I said
it
and then I said even though what you said, but this what I said, and then you just ignored
driving their car right now. And they're like looking in their back seat for their kids just out of habit.
Don't make me stop this car.
Watermelon says last night was the worst. If I'm being honest, I haven't been really impressed during this season. I don't feel like I'm watching pros playing in the playoffs. I don't feel the Suns are going to win the next game and the series is up to grabs. Watermelon, I get it, and it is a little depressing, but we've seen some bright spots. We've seen amazing play by Devin Booker and by DeAndre Ayton. And I'm sorry, I keep doing that. Kevin Durant.
We didn't see anything amazing out of DeAndre Ayton.
But
we didn't even see good.
Yeah, I've really got to stop doing that. Why do I do that? But the point is, Watermelon, it's not all bad. Not all bad.
And the bench has been better. I really want to give those guys their credit because there was a whole where the hell are you guys?
Not good.
They were all right for an NBA bench. They put up enough points, but the starters had 2 guys who scored starter numbers and nobody else. And you just can't have that.
Lost Toby says, yeah, Keon, olive trees waste a lot of water. Okay. We're in a drought, Keon. It's a good point. Don't
it's okay.
Strong point.
It's metaphors don't use water.
Leave the olive trees out of things, please.
That's very good.
Metaphors don't use water. It'll be okay.
Donnie says, I wouldn't even trade Karl Anthony Towns for wet dog food. Wet dog food.
Wet dog food.
It's a little more expensive.
It is.
That's good.
Smells too.
Okay, Keon, says Big George. If not those, how about Ayton for Bam Yabba Dabba Doo or Ayton for Anthony Davis?
I beg of you people, think of the other team. Why the hell would they do that? Why would they want
That's
a
kind of their
worse
problem. I
player?
don't care.
Okay,
I mean,
but
I would take.
they
Bam
do
Adebayo,
have to
no
agree.
problem.
So no,
Yeah.
it is their problem, and they're going to be like, no.
What do we got to do
I
to
don't
get
know why
Bam?
they're being
Yeah,
jerks about
Bam
it.
Adebayo
You
here?
want Bam. They don't want Ayton.
Yeah, I
Trade
think
ain't
they-
happening.
I think they do.
Trade
think
ain't
they do.
happening. Why?
Yeah,
Why?
I think they do.
Why? Why would
I
they
feel
want
like
to
they
get
do.
worse?
Well, I mean,
Because we want them to.
Okay,
not
no,
only
that's not a good
but,
reason.
I feel like it is.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know why you're being
congratulations.
so difficult, Keon. Blissful Hayes says Celtics coach Missoula looks as clueless as Coach Dingleberry.
I disagree with that. He has a philosophy that's a whole lot more risk reward.
Young guy.
Yeah, he doesn't look clueless. He does. It's
All
not
young
like
people look that clueless, Blissful Hayes. It's not their fault.
it's just I don't think he's much younger than Udoka. so I
Spot
don't
on.
know
Yeah.
what's going on there.
Yeah,
But
I would agree with that.
Thank you, Randy. Jagdog says, "Are the Lakers good or is Golden State just bad?" No, the Lakers are good. I'm gonna say
No,
it.
the
They are
The Lakers are improved, but could they
good.
hold
They're
up
good
to,
right now.
Could they hold up to a Phoenix Suns team or a Nuggets team? Now, Ralph says
7 games, man.
absolutely yes, they could hold up to the Phoenix Suns and cruise through that series with no problem. That's
No
I think
cruise.
that's Ralph though.
Yeah.
But would they hold up against the Nuggets team? I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think the Nuggets are not a great matchup for them because the Nuggets play their tempo and but Jokic, man, Jokic.
Jokic will eat Anthony Davis for lunch.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is true. Anthony Davis has been playing great, and he has a presence, and he can do some stuff. But Jokic is like he's on a different planet. Fifth letter says, "Put Keon in the penalty box." But he kind of already is. That room right there.
I
with-
basically am in a box.
Very
That's-
small room.
Yeah.
Kind of claustrophobic. It's,
Reaper says Keon is right. Hope all is well, and go Lakers. Shut up, Reaper.
Keon is
King-
right about what?
any number of things.
Keon thinks everything, but we'll have to find out what
Wow.
Reaper meant. King of Kitten says, Rando, beer me. Oleanders are the devil.
Oleanders are the devil?
Well, we were talking about olive trees, but what's your problem with oleanders other than they're poisonous?
Well,
generally
they're-
those things
And they're
grow
messy.
crazy.
They're messy and they grow.
Their flowers?
Their flowers are poisonous.
Mm.
And they drop a lot of leaves. Of leaves. I mean, they're always dropping.
Oh, we got another trade offer, Randy. Are you ready?
All right. Listening.
Mark Madsen and Chick Nevitt for Ayton.
That's interesting. I'm
Think we're just-
listening.
Think we might say no to that one, right? No. We say yes. We say yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just drop those guys. What do you think, Keon? He's not going to help us. He doesn't want to help us because he wants his trade with his team.
No.
Wow.
You ever heard of Mark Madsen?
I
or Chick
never,
Nevitt?
I never thought Keon
That's why I
would
can't
be
help you.
so petty about this.
He's very petty.
That's why I can't help you. I have not heard those names. So
Deal, Ralph.
Got nothing for you.
Deal. We have approved your offer. Blissful Hayes says the NBA is rigged, and what they want is the Lakers to win a title. That's going to be our story probably if it happens. Yeah. I've got no shame. Average Joe says, can we put a heart monitor on Keon for an entire hour and like overlay that on the live feed where you see like boop, 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 boop?
Could see that.
I don't think you need it. You start screaming, his heart rate's up. Historian says the way they're playing, the Suns would lose to ASU. It's not that bad. Come on, guys. Listen, it was bad, but it's not that bad.
It was not that bad. And the way that you guys were roasting Bobby Hurley all season, I don't want to hear that right now.
The way you guys were roasting Bobby Hurley?
Yes, the fourth dimension in particular.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you're not saying me and Jeffrey, you're saying the
no.
fourth dimension.
No.
Oh, okay.
We wouldn't roast him. I mean, Randy put him in the slow smoker. He'd smoke him. He
Yeah,
wouldn't
That's
roast
true.
I'd put a little rub on him. Maybe
If-
I'd put him on a one of those spits so he's got a
Right.
slow rotation going.
Mm.
Yeah.
If we were cannibals. And that's
See?
an if.
Yeah.
Kind of like OJ, if I had done it, our book would be if we were cannibals, this is how we would cook people.
Mm.
Probably not best to reference OJ
If.
there, but yeah.
Well, I mean, he had a book called If I Had Done It, This Is How I Would Do
There's
It.
just
Right.
the problem with his if is that
Mhm.
There's also a thing that happened.
There's nothing that happened with Randy and I and those shady drifters.
Okay.
Historian
All right.
says,
I'm worried now. Deeply concerned.
Historically speaking, the first issue of the Incredible Hulk comic was released on this date in 1962. Oh, I thought the Hulk had been around longer than that. Thanks, historian. Hamilton Porter says, I mean, Denver is the number 1 seed for a reason, guys. Yeah.
Listen, brother. I'm telling you right now, brother. Listen, brother. You mean Hulk Hogan?
Why are you brother?
1939? Isn't it Hulk Hogan?
No,
Listen,
it's-
brother.
No, it's it's not Hulk Hogan. It's the Incredible Hulk, the green one.
Incredible Hulk Hogan, right? Am
No.
I wrong here?
You are wrong. I think the Incredible Hulk had more hair and less steroids. It was more about the gamma rays. Yeah.
But did he have like an epic mustache like Hulk Hogan?
No mustache. None at all. None at all.
Listen, brother.
Although I always thought it would be funny if they had given Lou Ferrigno, they made his hair all green.
Yeah.
If they had had little green tufts of hair coming out from his armpits. That would have been amazing.
That'd have been nice.
Big George says, Keon, I'm starting to scrap the bottom of the barrel here. How about DeAndre Ayton for Julius Randle or Ayton for Nikola Vucevic? Vucevic. Coochie.
None of these trades work for any of the people you are trying to trade with.
Oh, well. Joe the Show says, fire Monty, waive CP3, trade DA. My Lakers have had 2 dominant players and need a complete overhaul. And look where we're at. Denver closes it in 6. Maybe not. Joe the Show. Fifth letter says, come on, Suns fans. Your series ain't over yet. What happened to Rally the Valley? All this complaining just shows you ain't used to these playoff series. Get it together. We've been plenty of playoffs. Last night was a punch in the gut. It was a sad punch in the gut.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was a good fight. And you're like, boom. Oh, you got me. It was just like me standing there like, I really don't want to be here. Boom. Oh God, I should have seen that coming. Oh, that, it was just bad.
Yeah.
It was
and also it's just now you've got 1 road game. If you can win at home, that's an if. You've got 1 road game to decide it. You hadn't won a road game this entire series, and you're doing it against a team that, quite frankly, lost 7 games all regular season long. So you let a few opportunities slip through your fingers, and now you're on the hardest possible path out of this series. That's disheartening.
Keon really knows how to pump up the room, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I don't recall where that was my job, but
feel like maybe a kind word.
I
guess
that's true.
Average
I was
Joe
agreeing
says,
with you, so I don't understand what I did wrong there. But
you would be horrible on a suicide hotline. No, man, you're right. Your life does suck. I don't even know what to tell you. I can't believe you're still on the line.
No, you can obviously say things tactfully, but
thought I was going to hear a bang and a thud like 5 minutes ago.
You can obviously say things tactfully, but like why? Like, do we all agree that last night hurt a lot to watch?
No, I agree with you.
Okay,
you should just end it all right here.
Listen, we're going to hang up right now, but I'm going to join you. This is really
I didn't say all of that. Just that. Yeah, it's disheartening as opposed to saying, well, Suns fans don't have playoff experience. Like, hopefully you can understand why people are feeling bad about stuff.
It'll wear off. We're going to feel better tomorrow. We're going to get hyped up. We're going to get happy and root the team on and hopefully get another home win. And then the series is evened up all over. And it's just 1 game, put up or shut up, win or go home. And it'll be fine. But just we've only been on the air for 40 minutes. We're a little bit sucker punched, feeling bad, looking at the situation. And, give us just a moment. I think our moment's about done. I think we're done feeling bad.
It doesn't mean that there's no reason to believe, but yeah,
so
you're
I'm
just
going
gonna
to root the hell on about the Warriors. Tell you what, I just became a huge Warrior fan tonight. That's damn true. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
those stomach issues ruined your birthday?
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa.
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
if these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks, But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means, wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait. Unlimited first year cash back match. Only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
To every woman with a will and a workbench. Every mom with a miter saw she's not afraid to use. Every daughter with a drill and the drive. To the women who get their nail guns together. The ones who are welding the gap. The same ones who DIY like no one's watching. At the Home Depot, we see the potential in you because you see the potential in everything. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
80% of youth in Arizona don't drink, smoke, or use drugs. Want to know the reason why? It's you. Kids say not disappointing their parents is one of the main reasons they choose not to drink or use drugs. Visit talknowaz.com because while you might worry you aren't getting through, you are. Keep it up and stay up to date about the latest Arizona drug trends at talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
It's David Wonder here on 1580 The Fanatic, and I know, Big George, I saw. Yeah, another ding to the old Arizona gut. The Diamondbacks lost a game, the Dodgers won a game, and now we're 2 games back, Randy.
Should be a game. Yeah, you're right. 2 games. 2 games.
Yeah. So, all right, whatever. It's just that kind of day. It's just that kind of day. No problem. Big George, thank you for that. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, you're going to feel bad. I don't think so. Okay. But why wouldn't you think so? I hope you're right. I don't want to feel bad. The Wiz says, did we say no takebacks on that whole KD trade? Wiz, Kevin Durant is not the problem. 0% of the problem. He's having some turnover issues. His shot is not falling quite as easy as you're used to seeing it. But the dude put up, 26, 28 points. But whether it was, I mean, come on. He's doing his part. He is more than doing his part. Clearly, he was worth the trade. Absolutely was a good idea. You can't convince me of otherwise, Wiz.
Yeah, I mean, the turnover stuff I'm not too worried about because look at it last night. The only 2 people that even had turnovers were Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. Oh, you mean the 2 guys that have to try the hardest to score any points at all, that have to do
always
the most?
Double teamed and always having the ball.
That's I expect that when you have the ball in your hands the most, yeah, you're going to make mistakes. Steph Curry turns the ball over a ton, but if you offset that with scoring, I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. The Suns' problem is just lack of role players, which that's going to take some fixing.
Yeah. Last night though, it was funny. I gotta give it to Nikola Jokic and Brown. When they started messing around with the huddle there, they were allowed to be where they were at. They were just kind of clowning around, and also no problem. Kevin Durant pushing Jokic and Brown back, just get out of here. There should have never been a whistle for any of that.
Absolutely not.
Silliness.
If anybody should have got the tee, it should have been Jokic and that other guy for going into the Phoenix huddle.
Well, here's the thing. It was not a timeout. It was a technical. So they were completely in their right to stand anywhere on that court they wanted to be. They could walk up right up to the huddle. There's nothing that in the rules against it at that moment.
The person who should be the most ashamed is Jokic with that flop. Dude, you weigh 290 pounds. There's no way that Kevin Durant touched you like that and you flew 16 feet. I just don't believe it. This
It's like
is
a
the
side
same.
of beef being brushed aside by a chicken wing.
Yeah, I just don't buy it. I mean, Jokic was posting up Durant earlier in that game and just mauled him because he's bigger. So and you expect us to believe that he gives you that little brush off and you're just gone. I just don't. Just stop.
Everybody's losing their nuts on the text line because we had a EAS test, which really is a surprise. I didn't realize we were doing them this late, but yeah, everybody's like, hey, could you repeat everything after Big George's text? Because that EAS thing came on. I don't know what you said. King Cuttons is like, emergency alert. I'm sorry, guys. I don't remember nothing. Couldn't have been that good. Wiz says Bridges and Cam are exactly what we need right now. Perimeters, 3-point defense, 3-point shooting, utility players. I wasn't suggesting KD's the problem, although he's not looked like the KD we paid up for. You know what? I hear what you're saying, but you got to think long term. You got to think about a better team next year.
Yeah, I mean, Durant has had a level of efficiency throughout his career that we just haven't seen in this playoff run. But I mean, the dude's put up 39 points in this series. I don't know, like the idea that he just isn't the guy that we paid up for. Like, no, that guy is mostly shown up in these playoffs. So I'm not too worried about that. And you know, I just don't think it's a guarantee that having Bridges and Johnson would have somehow made this team better. Like maybe you split the production of Kevin Durant into two different people, but those two guys were not allowing Devin Booker to have the kind of one-on-one defense that he's seen this series that has allowed us to see him play at the levels that he's played at.
You know, I don't want to shrug anything off, but it did feel like just last night was an off night. You're allowed to have an off night, and
like 8 of 19 for Devin Booker is just not. It's not going to happen again. But at the same time, it will happen from time to time. He is, even though sometimes when he plays, you forget it. He is a human being, and he's going to have nights where it just doesn't go in.
King Kitten says this has been a test of the Randy White emergency alert system. In the event of an actual emergency, run like hell, Keon.
Good to know.
Well, you always said this. I don't know. You've been with us for over a year, or has it been? Is it 2 now? I can't remember. COVID was a blur.
Over a year, but we're getting to 2.
All right. So, and if I told you this, you know how it gets monsoony and stormy out and stuff. And I tell the people who are listening to the show, if we're ever sitting there talking along, la 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 la, and you hear, that means lightning has hit the station. Now, if that happens, just picture in your mind. Randy and I screaming at the top of our lungs and running out of the building. Because that's a giant lightning rod.
Yeah.
You know, and manly screams, not like little girl screams, but still. We run right out. That's the standard operating procedure right there.
Yeah.
Except for you, Keon. You have to go down with the ship. FCC rules.
I'll see what I can do.
Randy and I'll be running, be like, "What's that up ahead of us there? Way up there? Holy, how did Keon get up there so fast?"
It's Keon.
Jesus, hauling ass.
Joe the Show says the problem with the Suns is Devin Booker. Okay, I'm going to pause there a second.
Wait, what?
You cannot be serious.
I need some Tylenol.
You can't be serious.
I'll even take Midol right now. I don't know.
I don't remember. Is Joe the Show a Suns hater?
I don't know. Let's read. He says the problem with the Suns is Devin Booker. I've been saying this for years. The offense is too Devin centric. The key to this is doing what the Bulls and Lakers did for Mike and Kobe. Very simple. I like how he's on a first name basis with Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
You know, Mike.
Oh yeah, Mike.
Now, can Booker take similar teams and not fold under pressure? I don't know. We'd have to see. But there's a model to follow when you have a high volume shooter.
The thing is, Booker's not a high volume shooter. Is 25 shots like high volume? And when you make 20 of them, he's a high efficiency shooter, if anything.
Very high efficiency. And he's only high volume when he has to be, when he's forced to be. He just assume make it a team win as play hero ball. We've seen both ends of this.
Do you think that if you think, and first off, if you think the problem is that the offense is too Booker centric, that's more about the offense. That's got less to do with Devin Booker himself. So to say he's the problem when he is the best player is odd. Like you're not like it, because that implies that if you took Devin Booker off the team or swapped him out with somebody, you'd make the Suns better. And
Yep.
you just wouldn't. Like that doesn't make any sense.
I shudder to think what this team would be without Devin Booker on it.
Let's not. We don't have to. We don't have those haunting thoughts. We don't need to go there. Why do that?
Straight Striper says, forget all those other teams. I've been a Heat fan for decades. They're 5 wins away from being back in the finals for the second time since 2020. Jimmy Butler is the league MVP. Wow.
Well,
there's a lot going on in that text there, Straight Striper.
He's the postseason MVP.
Twitty says, how come those emergency broadcast texts never interrupt a commercial? Twitty,
interesting.
That's how we make money. Wilbur says, Randy, double shot of Maker's Mark. A little bite all there. I'm cramping. Oops, that was my outside voice. The Wiz says, no 2-minute timeout warning for Joe the Show. No, he didn't do a bad joke. It was just a stunning statement. That's all. He says, Wiz says, the problem with the offense is standing around and staring. Another thing Bridges and Cam are good at not doing. All right, well, hold on, Wiz. Kevin Durant's not standing around staring. In fact, he's out there getting rebounds. He's out there hustling while DeAndre Ayton, unless that's who you're talking about, is standing around staring. Should have tried to work a trade DeAndre Ayton for Kevin Durant.
So there is a part of the offense where there's a lot of pick and roll, and whoever's setting the screen and whoever is rolling to the basket, everybody else just kind of waits for that to happen before anything starts. And I just think that's insane. I do have a problem with that. But again, that's got nothing to do with Kevin Durant necessarily. Like, what is he supposed to do if that's what the offense and if that's what the play call is?
Justin just texted in. Haven't heard from him in a while. He says, my kid just gave me a Mountain Dew that he shook up without me knowing. I opened it and it's all over me now.
Oh, boy.
I read that text mostly so there's evidence if a crime occurs right after this. Kiss the Cook says, DeAndre Ayton, the number 1 pick, always plays like a number 2. Kiss the Cook, don't text other shows that and then text it in here. We don't do replays here.
And also, I would actually settle for DeAndre Ayton playing like a number 3 because the Suns need a 3. And he hasn't been that. Since the moment the playoffs started, he hasn't been that.
All right, let's talk about the games that are going to happen before we get to the Phoenix Suns. Let's take a moment and talk about the Miami Heat taking on the Knicks tonight. And the Heat, they're on fire. Give me a 2-minute penalty. I can't. I didn't do it on purpose, but I think I deserve it. I'll let you guys talk about the Heat and the Knicks.
Yeah, well, I think with Miami and New York, I really like the way that Miami's playing, obviously. I mean, Jimmy Butler has been completely fantastic in this series. I actually went back and looked at the last game, and Randall and Brunson were pretty good. I just think that for the Knicks, they just really don't seem to have answers for the Jimmy Butler Bam Adebayo combo.
I can't talk right now, but I'm putting the betting odds up for you on the screen here.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Jimmy Butler is the MVP of this series, and if they move on, it's because of Jimmy Butler and Jimmy Butler alone. He has single-handedly helped this team move along and beat the Knicks. The betting odds on this looks like the spread's at plus 3.5 for the Heat tonight. Back it up a little, Jeffrey, and the over/under's 209. You taking over or under tonight, Keon?
Boy, this series has been pretty low scoring, but 209's been around what they've been hitting, so I'll take the over just barely.
I'll take the under. We'll split it that way, and Jeffrey, who'll be back from his 2-minute warning here right after this break. Has it been 2 minutes yet? Has it been 2 minutes?
It's been about 1 minute.
All right, so around the corner, we'll talk more NBA. We've got a little baseball stuff coming up. We've got of course, the Lakers Dubs game tonight. We'll set you up on a preview on that. I know that Ralph will be probably on all fours with his ear next to the radio speaker. It's the Daily Blender on the Fanatic.
Hey, Doctor, not a real customer. Quote based on a healthy, non-smoking 44-year-old male with a 20-year term policy. Rates may vary.
Welcome to Ethos, a new kind of insurance company that believes life insurance should be hassle-free, affordable, and accessible for everyone.
For around $1 a day, I got a 20-year, $250,000 term life insurance policy without a medical exam. All I had to do was answer a few health questions and snap, family protected. It was quick and easy. Ethos is 100% online. I got a quote in seconds, applied in minutes, and got coverage in hours. Just answer a few health questions. No medical exam, no blood tests, no hassle. Look, nobody wants to plan for the unthinkable, but it would be so much worse to not plan at all. So don't put it off. It feels great having the peace of mind knowing that my family is protected.
Ethos, the 100% online hassle-free way to get affordable life insurance. Don't wait. Get your free online quote now at ethoslife.com. That's ethoslife.com.
To every woman with a will and a workbench, every mom with a miter saw she's not afraid to use, every daughter with a drill and the drive, to the women who get their nail guns together, the ones who are welding the gap, the same ones who DIY like no one's watching. At the Home Depot, we see the potential in you because you see the potential in everything. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Imagine getting ahead of your irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C by treating it with Linzess. Then you could start proactively managing your constipation with belly pain and get ahead of your symptoms. Talk to your doctor about Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine what could relief from IBS-C mean for you. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Sponsored by Appy and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
UFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
People settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And yes, proving that even I am not above the pun law. It was an accidental pun, though. You know, it was not on purpose, but it was so egregious. I had to remove myself from the situation. I apologize profusely for that. Can't say it's never going to happen again accidentally, but I'll do my best. 888-368-1580. We're trying to move on, but everybody still wants to talk about Suns and all that. Twitty, says, I think Ayton did a great job of guarding an empty three-point line last night.
Yeah, he had great form, you know, kept
great form.
Kept his posture low.
Yeah, you'll find him there, or you'll find him deep under the basket.
Yeah.
So deep under the basket that there's no way in hell he'd get a rebound. Like all out to almost out of bounds, deep under the basket. That's a corner there. I see he kind of stands there quite a bit, and I think what it is, he gets positioned there by Jokic sometimes. Jokic just sort of stands in a certain place, and there's DeAndre Ayton, and he just gets trapped in there, and he's useless when the rebounds are supposed to happen.
And I wish it was the old Ben Wallace thing where Ben Wallace would stand there and then box people in under the basket instead of boxing them out so that they had no chance to get the rebound. But that's not what's happening.
It's not even close to what's happening. Tron Slater says, with the Sun season coming to an end soon, 2-15 Cardinals football season can't come any sooner.
Why are we doing? Don't do that. Come
He's
on,
not wrong.
let's deal with one pain at a time. Like
So
Sorry.
let's review
why
something. though.
multitask?
Let's review something on that though. On that point, Randy.
Yeah.
You've got a lot to look forward to.
I do.
Remember how happy I was last year
Yeah.
saying Colts are tanking, and
Yeah.
I knew we were tanking and we were
Yeah.
losing.
Yeah,
And I didn't mind because I knew brighter days were ahead.
Right.
You have to embrace that
Because
because
embrace.
whether
Yeah.
you're doing it or not, you're
Uh-huh.
setting yourself up for a hell of a 2024.
Hell of a 2024 season. Yeah.
Yes.
Hell of a season. Yeah.
Just remember that. Translator's not wrong.
Yeah.
But boy, the future is bright. Joe the Show says, listen, I'm just saying. The offense becomes stuck in the mud, and it's so weird. But when you rewatch the game, it always goes back to Booker. Just rewatch the games. Trust me on this. The Suns need to follow the model of great shooting guards. You need a solid two. Kevin Durant's defense, not there yet. And three-point shooting, not there yet. And just run a triangle or Princeton offense. It's doable. Now, as far as three-point shooting goes, yeah, I think we could use a little more help, but Kevin Durant and Devin Booker dead today with the three.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with him saying that sometimes the offense gets stuck with Booker, but that's partially because they have no choice, which is why I think it's weird to say he's the problem. And triangle and Princeton offenses, look, I mean, good luck finding a coach that runs that. People do not do that in the modern NBA. We're more in the era of motion offenses. I think that that's wise considering how much more we space the floor now than what we did when Kobe, and even more so when Mike played. Those guys played in a time where we didn't shoot threes the way that we do. I don't think that you really could run that offense now.
Kiss the Cook, how dare you? He says, give Jeffrey another 2-minute penalty for incorrect comment. First off, nobody can give me a 2-minute penalty but me. And my comment wasn't incorrect. He says, that was my first text. Now here's what it was. Kiss the Cook text in DeAndre Ayton, a number 1 pick that plays like a number 2. And I called him out saying, don't text it. You texted the exact same comment in to the Jim Rome show. I don't know why. He's not reading the text off this text line, but you did at 10:03 a.m. There's the exact same text right there. And then you texted it in again at 3:53. So I'll await your apology. CK says, Randy, I disagree with the Butler doing it by himself.
Yeah, he's getting help. Bam Adebayo put up, Jimmy Butler scored 27. Adebayo put up 23. And then they got help from Kyle Lowry and Caleb Martin off the bench, and Max Strus played really well.
That's what CK says. He says he consistently has 3 or 4 others in double figures. The Heat's bench is actually showing up.
He has them in, but he is the guy that makes this team go. Jimmy Butler is the one that motivates this team to greatness. If Jimmy Butler gets hurt, this team will sink. You'll see if he gets hurt, if he gets injured in any way and he misses a game, this team will sink like a bag of rocks.
Well, let's see what happened at the beginning of the series when he missed the first 2 games. The Knicks ran him off the floor. That's why
I'm not saying they don't have other talent on this team. I'm just saying Jimmy Butler is the rallying point for the Miami Heat, and he should be the MVP.
I think I may have a horrible mistake.
Oh,
yesterday I had Taco Bell, and today I had Chipotle.
Shouldn't have done that, Jeffco. You know better than that.
That is the equivalent of crossing the streams during Ghostbusters, isn't it?
Oh boy.
I don't feel good.
That is asking for it. Ooh.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, we know what Ayton can't do and isn't fixing. Yeah. Why can't he learn to shoot some threes then? Huh? That would make him bearable.
Would it? Because now you're saying you have a guy. What they need from DeAndre Ayton is a human being who rebounds. If you shoot threes, I mean, if he shoots them well enough where he's great at it, okay, that would make him bearable. But if he's just okay, if he's just shooting an average, well, the long rebounds with no one there to rebound them, I don't think makes this situation better.
You can't make DeAndre Ayton use full effort. He will not extend his arms up in defense fully. They're kind of like 3/4 up like this. But he will not dunk the ball. He will not power his way to the basket. He will not fight his way for a rebound. He will not give you the aggression that giant frame of a body can give you. It's just not happening. It's time for us to move on.
Agreed. And every game this postseason he's gotten worse. That's the thing. It's like during the regular season, he looked pretty good. And then earlier in the playoffs, he didn't look great, but okay, that's bearable. We can live with that. If he's just giving us average, we can live with average. He's not even capable of doing that anymore. And I'm afraid of how much lower we can go. I keep saying, well, you can't go lower, but I am proven wrong by him all the time. I think that Monty really should consider just not playing him. And if you lose, fine. But at least you're not playing a guy who's out there not trying, to where Devin Booker has to rip into him in the huddle. I don't think I've really seen Devin Booker rip into many people, but he had to with Ayton, because he clearly, like, dude, what are you doing out here? Yeah. You don't want to be on the floor. Just tell coach, I don't want to be on the floor. He'll put in somebody else.
Bruno Baller, I'm going to almost bet that Keon Rose has no idea. Bruno Baller texts in and says, hey, Keon, looks like the DC area has a team in the XFL championship. Are you in? I bet you had no idea the team from DC was in any kind of a championship.
I did, but only because I was.
How do you know this?
Hold on, because I was at the gym watching the game last night, and the commercial for it came on TV. That's the only way I knew. I didn't know from watching any games. Last night was the first time I heard. And I'm not in. I will not be watching the XFL championship because I don't care.
Fighting Wampa says Taco Bell one day, Chipotle the next. No wonder you like sweet monkey meat, O'Brien. Yeah, it must be it. Must be like antacid for you or something. CK says Jeffrey gave himself the 2-minute penalty to go take a water. Baker's cocky hen says the Suns need Sean Marion. Can we get him on the phone?
Boy, the Matrix. Wow. In his prime.
Wow. The cook says, I don't listen to Rome. He sucks. Okay, enough of you, Kiss the Cook. Knock it off. Big George says, I tell you what, if Monty needs a big guy, oh, here comes George, who's mediocre at basketball, but at least play his heart out and try, I hereby offer my services to the Phoenix Suns.
Hey, way to go, Big George. All right, that's my guy.
I'd watch.
It would be entertaining.
That's my guy.
I mean, George, your cardio, it'd be like, just stay down here. Just wait for us to come back to you.
Yeah, you'd be doing the DeAndre Ayton, but they'd be asking you to do it.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see the flop sweat.
Yeah.
Justin says Taco Bell aftermath is actually worse. Having Chipotle the next day would be like Harry and Dumb and Dumber on the toilet seat.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Woo! Do not go in there.
All right, so let's talk about tonight. I don't think we really care about Heat and Knicks, to be honest. I mean, it's going to be on here in a little bit. We'll keep you up to date on it. But what we really care about is the Golden State Warriors hopefully getting the win at home against the Los Angeles Lakers.
Correct.
Absolutely. You live by, you die by. It's the threes. You live by, you die by. The shooting of Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. You live by, you die by the hustle of Draymond Green. And, they have to be playing. It's a very similar look as what the Suns are. The Suns have to be playing on all cylinders just to beat the Denver Nuggets. Golden State Warriors are going to have to be playing all cylinders just to beat the Los Angeles Lakers. Warriors have blown out the Lakers. Lakers have blown out the Warriors. So one of these teams' cylinders ain't firing. Somebody is losing big. So what is going to happen tonight? Go ahead and predict it, my friends. Randy?
I honestly, I think they're at the Chase Center, and I think the Dubs being, the reigning champs, the defending champs, I don't think they're going to go out flat. I think they are going to put up a fight.
Heavily favored, by the way.
And I believe that the Warriors take it to Game 7. I've said this series was going to go 7 games. I feel like it. I still feel like it is. I think last game was just kind of a fluke. I watch for Steph Curry to go off tonight for a big night. I think Draymond Green throws in maybe double digits tonight, and maybe Klay Thompson can actually. And by the way, Jordan Poole wasn't happy after the last game. He might be a factor tonight too. I give me the Dubs to win tonight.
All right, Keon, Jordan Poole, you've been critical of him as everybody has been. Can he? Will he? Should he? Will he? I don't know. I'm just throwing out words. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
I can't predict whether or not he will. I know he can. He's done it in this series. He's played well. But for the most part, he hasn't. And last game, he didn't score at all. And I really do think whether or not the Warriors extend this series tonight depends on which version of Jordan Poole we get. If the good Poole shows up, then the Warriors will win. But
if the good Anthony Davis shows up, right?
Yeah, but I think with Anthony Davis, he hasn't been as inconsistent as Jordan Poole has. There has been no 0-point games for Anthony Davis. So I'm not really worried about Anthony Davis. I think he'll go out there, even if he doesn't score 24, 25 points, he'll get, double-digit rebounds. He'll probably score, 15, 16 points if he's having a bad game. I think Jordan Poole, because of how much the Warriors rely on that three, and because Draymond Green's not giving them the offense that he used to be able to, they really need Jordan Poole to step up and be the guy that they're paying $128 million to over the next 4 years. And I have to think, because he is, at least, as we mentioned, not DeAndre Ayton, he's going to go out there and try. He's going to go out there and try to give it his best, but he's got to make better decisions with the basketball. Klay does too. Steve Kerr said the dumbest thing the other day that I couldn't believe. He said that Klay Thompson is allowed to take bad shots. I sure hope that he was just saying that to the media, because double teamed 3-pointers from like 30 feet out when you're up by one early in a shot clock is insane.
Don't you feel like he meant more these? He probably what he was trying to say was that Klay Thompson is allowed to try to shoot himself out of a slump. So even if he's bricking, the next couple will probably start going down,
which is fine. But when the game is within 1 point, we can't have you taking double team 30-foot threes like that. That doesn't make any sense. And if the shot clock was running down, that'd be one thing, but it wasn't. And so I need better shot selection and decisions out of Klay Thompson. But the Warriors have bounced back from this kind of thing before. They've regrouped. So I'm going to take the Warriors tonight. Don't feel great about their chances winning the series, though.
Hefty Lefty says, I really hope the Lakers win tonight, but I'm mentally prepared for the Lakers to lose by 20 plus. If that does happen, I just hope they don't let Poole and other bench guys get going like Lonnie Walker did. Well, what do you care how it gets, how it happens? It happens how it happens, man. No, we know your pain, man. We do. But I'm hoping it's a good game. I'll tell you what, a lot of these games, whether you're on the winning side or the losing side, they're either really good games or they become very boring fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be an in-between there.
I want this series to go 7 games so badly, because Steph Curry versus LeBron James game 7s have historically been very
a lot of people think that the NBA wants that too. That's why somebody earlier said it's rigged. They're just trying to keep LeBron and Curry on the court together as long as they can.
They didn't do a very good job last game, did they?
Well, here we are, though. Still possible. Get all 7. Let's see. Twitty, says, Keon is right. We'd all rather watch a bench player who wants to play than a starter who doesn't want to play. Landale's my man. Even if the team loses. No, you're right, Twitty. We want to see the effort and the hustle, and the team's not going to win with the starter who doesn't want to play.
I mean, if you're not going to win with the bench guy because maybe he has some limitations offensively or whatever, then at least send the message to the team that the guys that want to be out there get to play.
Navy Brad, I don't know. We don't know from week to week what our plans are, but thank you for the thought on that. But I can't say for sure, unfortunately. Mars Bars 805 says, Happy Whiskey Wednesday, guys. I'll take an 805, please. Another Laker guy here. Funny how the Laker guys will come out to hate when the Suns are doing well. The Laker guys will come out to hate when the Lakers are doing well. But a lot of times they're kind of quiet. You forget they're there, except for Ralph. Ralph is always insufferable.
Well,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we got like 4 or 5 Laker fans.
But I mean, Ralph's
not being bad though.
No, Ralph's on the show though. So
I will say this. I do appreciate that the Laker fans actually today have been bearable.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They haven't been horrible jerks
for that. Yeah.
Probably because they're like worried about the karma. They're sitting there at 3-1. They don't want to risk it. Like, they start talking crap, and all of a sudden the Warriors clear them out 2 games later. They're like,
yeah.
So, well, anyways, thank you for at least that. Mars Bars 805 says, relax, Jeffrey. And he says Lakers for life or something like that. Whatever. All right, let's shift gears. Let's talk a little baseball. We've already mentioned this earlier. Unfortunately, Dodgers win, Diamondbacks lose. Now we're 2 games back.
Yada, 2.5 games. 2.5 games.
No, it's just 2. I just saw
it. 2.5.
No, I just saw it. So 2 games back. What are you looking at?
Did the Diamondbacks win today?
No.
So
they lost 5-3.
I'm looking at the standings. The standings right now on MLB.com.
Ah, crap! No, you're right. They
2.5 games.
All right. Earlier when I was saying it, it said 2. I swear to God, it said 2.
Yeah.
So my bad. You're right. I'm wrong. Moving on. Another 2-minute penalty for me.
No,
I don't think that there is a 2-minute penalty for just being wrong.
I know what you're trying to do, Jeffrey.
Fine. Anyway, so all right, I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow on that. But Shohei Ohtani has set a record, most pitching strikeouts by a player with 100 home runs.
Yeah,
and that passes Babe Ruth.
Yeah, how about that? That's pretty cool.
So I guess he'll be the MVP this year, then, right?
Yeah, probably. Just go ahead and give it to him.
Really? Can we do that?
Yeah, just give it to him right now. Nobody else in the league matters. Just Shohei Ohtani. Just give. All the writers have a big erection over Shohei Ohtani. Just go ahead and give it to him. They're all walking around with pitching tents in their slacks as they walk around to these ball games and writing columns. They just go ahead and give it to him. Yeah.
I don't have an erection, but I could quickly if I need it. I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, you're a man, though.
I mean, we're early in the season, but now Shohei Ohtani owns that record, and he's going to keep playing, which means that he's going to start piling up on that record. Is anyone else even close to that? I don't think.
Well, there's no other. Shohei Ohtani is the only one in the league that is a pitcher that is a very good pitcher and a guy that can hit for power and is a very good baseball player. I mean, there's nobody else doing this. Everybody else is sort of specialized. You come in, you're an infielder, you're an outfielder, you're a DH, or you're a pitcher, and pitchers generally don't hit. And Major League Baseball has seen fit to make sure pitchers never hit ever again, ever. So they've instituted the DH. So now Shohei Ohtani is literally the only pitcher in all of Major League Baseball who's hitting. So of course, yeah, he's gonna walk away with this record. I mean, he's gonna set it for all time. I don't know that unless they change something with Major League Baseball, and I don't see it happening.
But he can do it. Why couldn't somebody else do it?
Well, there's right now, as far as I know, there's no pitcher in the minor leagues anywhere, in the system anywhere.
But it doesn't mean they can't be. It doesn't mean they in the future won't be.
I guess maybe coming along, maybe, perhaps. I mean, this is a bit of a unicorn. Shohei Ohtani's a bit of a unicorn.
Speaking of mythical creatures, Mookie Betts is afraid of ghosts. Remember yesterday we were talking? Are you more afraid of a house full of roaches or a house full of ghosts? And I'll take the ghosts over roaches, but Mookie Betts says, no, thank you. Roaches, please. He's not going to the hotel in Milwaukee because he heard this 130-year-old luxury hotel had a couple ghosties, and who was it that was staying in there? It was Bryce Harper saying he had clothes moved across the room when he was at the hotel.
Oh, boy.
Probably just to screw with Mookie Betts. But and so he's like, nope, I got me an Airbnb. You guys let me know how it goes. I ain't messing around. No ghosts. So
can you imagine?
Baseball players,
man.
Baseball players are really superstitious, though. And
they
so
are.
You throw ghosts in there. If you should so happen to believe in them, then that's how you're going to feel about that.
And he says, just in case. I would love to see a ghost. I would love to see a ghost.
I would not.
I haven't seen anything good. You know what I mean? People are like, oh, you believe in this or that. I had one sort of supernatural experience at a radio station, which we've talked about in the past. But outside of that, I've never seen nothing. Never seen nothing. I'd love to see that if it's going to happen. So I'd go stay at the hotel. I'd go stay at that hotel right now. I don't even care. I don't even need a reason. I'll go.
Would you be up all night looking to see if you could see the ghost?
No, I just wait till something happened. I go to sleep. I'd be a normal person.
Yeah, I would just. I hope that it's a cheap hotel because
it's a luxury hotel.
That's true. It's a luxury hotel. But yeah, I don't believe in ghosts, so there'd be no reason for me to go because I don't.
Well, there'd be no reason for you not to go.
outside of money.
Enjoy the room service.
Money is literally the only thing stopping.
I don't know.
Well, the team, I'm pretty sure the team is footing the bill on that.
Yeah. No, I'm saying
Mookie-
me personally, not.
Mookie probably had to pay for his Airbnb himself.
I don't know. Maybe he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Giancarlo
said he
Stanton
did.
called the place freaky as bleep. He says it reminds me of the Disneyland haunted house. Last time I'm there, the better. He says there's like weird headshot paintings on the walls and old curtains everywhere. It's freaky.
I actually want to know what baseball players think about this hotel. I want more players to talk about this hotel.
It's called the Fister.
Oh boy.
Oh
boy.
That's a whole nother thing.
Well.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Do you want to know what's trending now? You can defer payments of a full NetSuite implementation for 6 months. No payments and no interest for 6 months. This is a big deal. NetSuite by Oracle has never made an offer like this in its 22 years as the leading cloud financial system. 33,000 companies have already upgraded to NetSuite, gaining visibility and control over their financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more. Everything they need to reduce manual processes, boost efficiency, build forecasts, and increase productivity across every department. In fact, almost 90% of finance leaders agree that NetSuite helps them reduce manual data entry time. Whether your business generates millions or hundreds of millions of dollars, take advantage of this special financing offer of no payments or interest for 6 months at netsuite.com/radar. That's netsuite.com/radar. netsuite.com/radar.
Today on Hey Culligan, Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener. Here's Kevin.
Hey, Culligan, can a smart water softener lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you. So your water stays soft, and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
To every woman with a will and a workbench, every mom with a miter saw she's not afraid to use, every daughter with a drill and the drive, to the women who get their nail guns together, the ones who are welding the gap, the same ones who DIY like no one's watching. At the Home Depot, we see the potential in you because you see the potential in everything. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Now that the draft is in the books, it's that time of the season when the team gets together, to get acquainted.
Let's go. Practice time.
Summer means mini camps, OTAs, then it's on to preseason. Keep yourself tuned to the station with all the insight, updates, and breaking news when you need to know about the NFL offseason. Remember, if it's the NFL, we talk about it. Your home for NFL news, games, playoffs, and Super Bowl in the Valley. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. My wife just trying to convince me it was the Taco Bell, not the Chipotle. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I was fine with the Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Hey, the Chipotle, now I feel like this. I don't think it takes 24 hours for Taco Bell to kick in. You know what I mean?
Never takes that long with me.
Just feeling like she really likes Chipotle, so she doesn't want anything to ruin it. I think that's what it is. 888-368-1580. Hefty Lefty says, I'm not comfortable talking up my team because I've watched all 92 games this season. And I've seen how bad the Lakers can play. I won't be comfortable with this series until the Lakers have actually won it. If they do win, they will still be the underdog, and rightfully so, in the conference finals.
Yeah, and I appreciate that take because I've picked against the Lakers a lot this postseason, and it's not because I think they're bad. It's because they got the best version of their team after the All-Star break. So there's going to be highs and there's going to be lows, and the more they play together, the better they're going to get. But there are other teams that have been together longer, have more experience, things like that. And that's why I've been picking those teams.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, Hefty Lefty. I don't know what to tell you. I feel you're
the worst of the Lakers, and I mean this collection of guys is terrible, but they just haven't been that. And I think that's a credit to Darvin Ham, and I think that that's a credit to the fact that a lot of the guys that came in immediately acclimated to what it is that the Lakers wanted them to do.
Wait a minute. Say that again. This collection of Lakers is terrible.
I said the worst of them, which is to say, when they play their worst basketball, it can be dreadful.
We got used to them sucking, and so it's just suddenly the little trade deadline action, and then give it but wait a few weeks, and all of a sudden they're great.
Yeah,
I do have to say, going the other way, when these guys also play their best basketball, you do have to have questions about who's beating that. It's
yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Mr. Pink Eye says, looks like y'all need to take a road trip to a cemetery at night. Dude, I could sleep on a grave. It would not bother me.
There was an abandoned building in Chattanooga that was haunted. Several people are supposed to have died there spending the night. And I wanted to go. I made a bet to go. And then several coworkers basically were like, no, we're not gonna, cancel the bet on my behalf and all of this stuff. And I'm like, I don't think things are gonna happen because I don't believe in ghosts.
Yeah, here's the way. I'm not worried either way. I mean, and then if I do go, if I get killed by a ghost, how awesome would that be?
That's a pretty cool story.
I know. It's pretty. What happened to Jeffrey O'Brien? Dude got killed by a ghost.
No. Yeah. I see. Yeah.
I'm gonna be an urban legend. Please. Yes.
Big George says, Jeffrey, if you want to see a ghost, all you need to do is head on into Sun City. A lot of pasty white people there roaming around their haunted golf carts. Those are called old folks, George. Straight Striper says, do the ghosts at the Pfister Hotel say, ooh, or do they say, oh? I think it's Pfister. They're saying, ow.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. There we go. There we go.
You can't blow the whistle on me for that. That's not a pun. That's funny.
I thought it was funny. I'm not gonna lie.
So let's talk about a couple of other players. Let's talk about Bo Jackson, former player.
Bo knows.
Bo knows my nightmare. I worry, and maybe it'll happen. The statistics are there. What I worry about is if I were to get Parkinson's. I know, that's hilarious, but I'm not trying to be funny. That's the thing that I'm kind of the most worried about getting is Parkinson's, because not having control. Like if I get a twitch somewhere, oh my God, that bothers me. And so I have always just like kind of worried about that. The other thing is uncontrolled movement is not just Parkinson's. Bo Jackson for the last year has been suffering from chronic hiccups. He has been hiccuping for 1 year.
What?
It is so bad. He's going to have a surgery to make it go away. Can you imagine
a surgery to make it go away?
Yeah, he was saying that he went to the doctors and he said he's had every test. They've looked down.
Yeah, he says, I've done everything. Scare me, hang me upside down, drink water, smell the ass of a porcupine. It doesn't work. Somebody was messing with you on the ass of a porcupine.
Yeah, that's one of them Southern remedies.
Yeah.
That's real?
He's from Alabama.
Is that real?
Oh, I don't know.
Never heard of that.
I just know he's from Alabama, and I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a porcupine in person. So this poor guy, for the last year, he had to, not be present for Frank Thomas's statue dedication. And he says, yeah, I wasn't there because I had the hiccups. He says, I can't give a speech like this. He says, I'm getting a medical procedure done here. So we'll see what happens. But boy, can you imagine that? 1 year of hiccups.
No, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, I can't figure that out.
If I have hiccups for longer than 15 minutes, I'm already not in a good mood.
You're despondent. You're like, come on. Stop.
You just want to finish one sentence without your body interrupting you. It sucks.
I hate is the coughing hiccups. If you have like a cold or something else, every time you cough, you hiccup. I've had the coughing hiccups.
Oh, I haven't had those. That sounds awful.
Oh, hated that. Totally hated that. Pink Eye wants to know, do you hold your breath when you drive through a cemetery? Well, if I did that, the last couple of funerals I've been to, I'd be dead because you drive in there and then you have to stand there and they put the, and then you can't hold your breath that long. Who drives through cemeteries? What are you talking about? You mean by one or through one? Are you supposed to do that when you drive by one?
I don't know.
That's news to me. I've never heard that one.
I caught my son holding his breath when I'd go through tunnels. So I drove real slow through the Deck Park tunnel. Kid passed out.
That's some perseverance right there.
And he's looking at me like, why are we going 30? But he couldn't say nothing. He was holding his breath.
And you're just staring at him.
I'm like, this is dumb, isn't it?
How's that working for you?
Parlay J says, how do you sleep hiccuping nonstop? Badly. I'm thinking badly. I'm thinking that poor Bo Jackson was probably the most miserable he's ever been in his entire life. Wow. That is, and I'm sure people around him are trying to scare the crap out of him on a regular basis to no avail.
Yeah, it's when you drive by a cemetery.
Oh, okay. Generally, I'm driving so fast, I don't notice the cemetery, And you know what I do? I don't hold my breath. I go, I see dead people. And that's my thing. That's my thing. Some people will do this, the sign of the cross, and next time I think I'm going to roll down the window and say, don't go nowhere. That's all. Hamilton Porter says, I hold my breath when I go through a tunnel. Okay. Try the Lincoln Tunnel. Bala 51 says, that's because you're Irish, Jeffrey, and you always drink whiskey when you're sick. That's not inaccurate. I wonder if he tried to drink some whiskey to cure those hiccups.
There we go.
I don't know if he did it to cure the hiccups, but I find it hard to believe that Bo Jackson just hasn't had whiskey in the last year.
I don't know, man. He's in a bad spot if he's had hiccups for a year.
Yeah.
Can I just give a tip of the cap to Carlos Correa? What's your opinion of Carlos Correa, Randy?
Well, it's a bit mixed. He was on the 2017 team that stole the World Series for Houston.
Big fat shooter. Got it.
But I mean, all around, he's a wonderful ball player. He's pretty good dude, I guess, except for the whole cheating scandal.
Right.
But
nothing else in that, right?
Yeah.
Well, he went 0 for 5 the other night, and he got booed. In Minneapolis. He got booed. Got booed by the Twins there. And he says, he says, you know what? I'd boo me too. I would boo myself too with the amount of money I'm making. I'm playing like that.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, he's obviously the boos are acceptable. And so I'm like, you know what? Tip of the hat, man. At least he knows. He says, listen, I'm going to work this out. I'm going to get better. This is not going to stay this way. He says, and the team is going to start to do better. And, he says, we're going to keep working and focusing on what we can control. And, we'll take care of this. But he's like, hey, I don't blame you for booing me. You know what? That is some self-awareness that more diva sportsmen should have.
Absolutely. Listen, you're making, how much money, and you go up there for an
$200 million contract.
0 for 5 night. That's not going to sit well with the paying customers. They expect you to go
million
up there
this year, man,
and at least go 1 for 5. At least do something. Draw a walk. You get hit by a pitch. Do something. Don't strike out 5 times. And for the love of God, don't strike out watching a pitch.
Well, that'll
don't
get you
strike out watching a called third strike. Oh my God, I hate that.
Yeah,
with the exception of that one guy in Baltimore a few years ago that he had the longest hitless streak, active hitless streak at the time, and he was swinging at everything, and everyone was like, well, maybe not everything, maybe let a couple of things go.
I have more respect for that guy.
That guy's in the longest hitless streak. What's he doing? Goodbye.
I forgot his name.
Why are you in the majors?
Yeah.
I don't know, but he got paid a lot of money, so they didn't want to send him down.
Goodbye.
That's all. I just wanted a tip of the hat to a guy who at least knows. Yeah, that's fair. You should boo me. This ain't right.
That's a pro ball. That's a pro ball player right there. That's a good guy. It's a good character. Mindset. So I like that. Other than the cheating scandal, good dude.
Bo Jackson, still the best sport player ever, says Hamilton Porter.
I understand he was a wonderful basketball player as well.
Bo Jackson or Deion Sanders?
Bo Jackson. I understand he was a great basketball player.
That's true.
Half your
Bo
lefty-
Jackson could have played a third sport if he'd have figured out how to schedule it.
Probably right. Hefty Lefty says Booker got snubbed on the All NBA selections. Crazy that Shai got on the first team. Shai.
And yeah, it's insane. I like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, by the way. I think he's a fantastic basketball player. And
is he better than Booker though?
No, that's the thing. I was trying to give him the compliment before I let him down easy, which is that no, he's not better than Devin Booker yet. Maybe never will be, but at this particular point in time, no, not at all.
At this particular point in time, before we're just about ready to move on to some football, I do want to bring up the farce that is West Virginia athletics department. What a ridiculousness. Bob Huggins, we told you about him the other day. He came out and had a bunch of homophobic slurs that he did on a radio show. And we're like, well, all right, that'll be the end of him. Bye, Bob Huggins, because that you don't come back from that. The stuff he said in that interview, I'm not going to repeat it. You can go find it. But Bob Huggins is just, remember, West Virginia, that's the South. That's the South. And so, he's out there. He's he's preaching to the choir. So did he get fired? No. They just cut his pay, told him he has to go to sensitivity training, and he's going to be suspended 3 whole games.
Also,
What
his contract is now year to year. So they can
still a joke.
Oh, it still is. This seems the way that things got structured. It really just seemed like they wanted to be able to pull the plugs on Bob Huggins whenever they wanted.
They should do it now because calling them what he did, the homophobic slurs, plus insulting the Catholics too at the same time, and just going off, no filter, losing $1 million. What is his actual? So he's going to make 3.2 rather than 4.2. Seems like not as what? There's no penalty here. Why?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. This is more about Bob. They like having him as a coach, and they don't know how much longer he's going to be able to coach at a great level. So they wanted to restructure his contract, and they used this to do that. They had no intention of firing him, and that's West Virginia for you.
Well, that's sad. Hefty Lefty says he referred to Xavier as a bunch of, I can't say what it was. I can't.
You've heard of the FCC?
Yeah. And Hefty Lefty tried to flip it up for me a little bit, but I'm just going to avoid that. Big Risk says Bo Jackson was a great actor, too. He played a correctional officer. Can you guys name the movie? Well, The Longest Yard, right? Did he play that in the Sandler Longest Yard?
I think so, yeah.
You're not thinking Green Mile because that's not Bo Jackson.
It's been a long time. Yeah, no, that's a different great actor, by the way, but a different person.
Yeah, that's Michael Clark Duncan Smith and Wesson. I don't remember. Did I get his name right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I got his name right. All right, let's take a break. We'll be back. Let's talk some football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Anywhere fans go to cheer on their team, there are behind-the-scenes MVPs, ensuring everything is game day ready. We see you, Joe, fixing seats so every fan can enjoy every game. And Allie, who keeps her stadium running smoothly from the moment the first game starts to the last play of the season. At Grainger, you're our MVPs, and we're always here for you with supplies and solutions for every industry and 24/7 customer support. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-736-6158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-736-6158. That's 800-736-6158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-736-6158. Again, 800-736-6158.
Market Wrap host Mo Ansari compares the markets to a roller coaster ride.
Don't try to get too cute with the market and try to get out at the very top and realize, oops, that wasn't the top, then try to get back in. Then it corrects, then you get out again, and then you say, oh, that was the top, and I got in, and now I'm behind. Let me sell out. You sell out, market goes right back up. You'll drive yourself crazy doing that. And I see so many people trying to do that. And emotionally, it just takes a toll on them. And then they realize, oh, yeah, I better get somebody to do it.
If you're ready for some help with your investments, call Compact Asset Management at 800-388-9700 and schedule your free consultation with Mo Ansari. That's 800-388-9700, 800-388-9700.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA SIPC.
Will Shakespeare here. Back in my day, I invented over 1,700 slang words like swagger, bedazzled, and my personal favorite, besmirch. But even I have trouble understanding slang words like yeet or bougie or
this is fire.
Actually, it is extremely smooth Shakespeare vodka.
Okay, boomer.
See what I mean? But there is one word that describes the pure quadruple distilled spirit crafted from an 8th century Polish recipe the first time you try it.
So lit.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Shakespeare vodka. So lit.
Hello, and thanks for listening. We strive to bring you the best programming available, and we have some exciting new shows coming for you later, like how Devin Booker beat the Kardashian curse, curling, that sport that takes big stones, and the musical hit Sing Along with LeBron. Be listening for them. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
David Glender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and against the spread says Bo Jackson was not in the longest yard. He was in Pro Stars with Michael Jordan and Wayne Gretzky. Jordan and Bo always made Wayne sit in the back while they were driving. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I didn't see Pro Stars, but I looked it up. The former football player who was a prison guard, though, the Boz, Brian Bosworth, was in that movie, and I think that somehow I just inserted Bo Jackson in there for some reason in my
Big
head.
Risk says, nope, wrong movie, guys. Think Gene Hackman and Chris O'Donnell. You know what's funny? I had just looked up Bo Jackson, saw the movies he was in. All of them were so forgettable. I don't remember their names now. I'm not even trying to be funny. I don't remember the names.
I've never seen any of the movies that he said. So there's some homework maybe.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, better two-sport player, Ray Lewis or OJ? Okay, football and knife fighting. Knock it off. Hefty Lefty says, let's see. I looked on the IMDb. He played Sergeant Packer in The Chamber. That's it, 1996 with Gene Hackman and Chris O'Donnell. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I could not remember the name of it. I've seen 0% of the movies that he has been in.
But see, I was going to say Fake and Defunk.
Well, I saw Fake and Defunk on the IMDb, but I don't think anybody saw Fake and Defunk.
He was Reverend Cecil in Fake and Defunk.
The guy who edited it died of boredom, and somebody else had to do the rest. So nobody has ever seen the entire movie.
He is in this new series. It's I'm sorry, it's not new. Never mind. I'm speaking out my tail end again.
Yeah, it's what we do. Anyway, so Randy, I think right now, here and now, before we get into the football, this would be a good time for a weather report. I woke up this morning to hazy skies. I thought, was there a fire going or what's going on? And then the weather was cooler, and then all of a sudden it got sunny and hot. I'm confused. We need a little weather direction.
Well,
I said direction.
From the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, sponsored by Harman Solar. Chief Meteorologist Randy White coming at you currently under beautiful sunny skies. 80 degrees, a light breeze currently blowing across the valley out of the east. at 7 miles an hour. Feels like 77 out there, relative humidity 15%. It's going to be warming up over the next couple of days. Today, maybe the last gasp of spring in the valley. 90 tomorrow, 97 Friday, 102 by Monday. Overnight lows into the lower 70s. And we're expecting a little rain by Wednesday of next week. Rain and 94. Good chance of rain by Wednesday next week. Keep it locked here to your, you know, how these weather stations, they have all these, these monikers, you know, your weather authority, your weather, you know, knowledge base, your weather, your monsoon station.
Your weather daddy. What?
I was just gonna reveal the new.
Oh,
after many hours of deliberation.
Is yours better than mine? Go ahead.
No, yours is pretty damn good.
I thought you were.
I was going to reveal the new moniker for ours.
Oh, please do. I haven't heard it yet.
No, I'm not even going to say it now. It's stupid. It's going to be your weather daddy. I'm just not even going to reveal mine now. It's stupid.
I'm sorry.
Ron, I hope you heard that after those hours we had, those meetings that we had about the weather moniker for our station. It's out the window. Jeffrey has a better one.
1580 The Fanatic, your weather daddy.
It's just from the Harman Solar 1580 Fanatic Weather Center Chief Meteorologist Randy White. Back to you from your weather daddy.
Well, I do want to know what was the one you'd come up with.
I'm not even going to say it was stupid.
Well, come on, it's not stupid. You're in a safe spot. You're in a safe place.
No,
I couldn't even say that without laughing.
No. See, it's going to be your weather, your weather hemisphere.
No, weather daddy's way better.
Yeah,
no,
I told
right.
you mine was stupid.
Yeah,
it was just dumb.
Not stupid. It's not stupid. Just, you know. Let me give you your man of the day real fast. Your man of the day is an 8-year-old boy. All right. First off, he's a knucklehead. First thing it is, his name is Nante, and he was in Wisconsin, and he went missing. So here's what happened. The second grader was just wearing a sweatshirt and some sweatpants, right? And they were like, "Hey, Nante, yeah, go get some firewood." Okay. He never came back. And they're like, "Where the hell's Nante?" Well, Nante, I guess he's 8, and he just got lost, and he kept walking, but he walked an entire trail all the way to the dead end, and then he's like, "Well, I guess this looks like a good place to stop." And he slept under a log for 2 days and ate snow, and that is how he survived until they found him.
Really?
The more I read this, I think Nante's an idiot. I mean, I get he's 8 years old, but if you can wander off to get wood, but you find a trail, why not just sit put on the trail where you find the trail? Because eventually people are going to come find you and they're going to use the trails as their way of trying to get to you. But I guess he's 8, so I can't say anything about that. But no, he endured temperatures in the 40s overnight, and he survived. When they found him, they're like, "Hey, let me carry you." He's like, "No, I want to walk out. Just show me the way."
Well, he's a tough little booger, isn't he?
Yeah,
and
that was the angle I was going to take, but now I'm feeling like he's an idiot.
Yeah, well, you basically said that when you said he was 8. That I don't know a whole bunch of 8-year-olds that get lost and then just figure out how to.
How are you such a badass that you can survive 2 days in the wilderness, but you can't walk 10 feet out of camp to find some firewood?
Because surviving it's just a different skill set. Surviving is about perseverance and resourcefulness. The other one is about your ability to your sense of direction. You got a bad sense of direction, which a lot of 8-year-olds do. Because
I'll be honest with you, Keon, I'm
get
agreeing
lost
with Jeffrey. This kid is
I mean, on one hand, he's tough as nails. The other hand, he's dumb as rocks.
And I don't know if he's dumb. I just think he's directionally challenged. He's 8.
He's an airhead.
8-year-olds get lost all the time,
Oh,
and that's because they're 8.
Firewood, man. Come on.
Did you get lost when you were 8?
No.
Yeah,
I think that's why Keon's sensitive.
I don't know. It wasn't like for very long.
You got lost, Keon?
Yeah, I found my way back to my parents that day.
Well,
but
then that's not
Well,
really
I mean,
lost.
you're one up on Nante, aren't you?
Okay, sure, but that's got nothing to do with his intelligence. I'm not going to sit here and call an 8-year-old kid dumb. Okay,
I'll do all day long.
because he got lost with this, which is something that 8-year-old kids do all the time.
I'm going to go ahead and agree with Jeffrey on this one.
I don't know about that. All right, well, you guys, it's your call.
I raised kids. I know they can be dumb. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the difference. We've had kids, so we can tell the difference between smart kids regular kids,
Yeah.
dumb kids.
My kids
I
will tell
learned
you, my kids will tell you, if I looked at them and said, "What are you doing?" That means they just had a dumb moment.
I always hoped I had dumb kids because they're easier to control mostly. Of course, then they end up wandering off and you got a search party of 150
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
people over a 40 square mile area.
Oh boy.
Anyway, that was supposed to be an inspirational story about a tough young kid, but right in the middle of reading it out loud, I'm like, no, this kid's an idiot.
Yeah.
888-368-1580. Colts fan Dan says, I hiked the Appalachian Trail by myself when I was 8.
Okay.
No, you didn't.
That's a long ass trail. There is no chance. I've been in the Appalachians.
Colts fan Dan, we said Nante was dumb, not Jeffrey, Randy, and Keon are dumb.
Oh my God.
Come on.
Leave that kid alone, man.
CK says the kid was 8. How many 8-year-olds are expert campers? Well, not him because he got lost.
Well, correct. Well, almost none of them, though.
Here's how he survived. He got underneath a log and he gathered some leaves and branches and stuff over him to try to get himself warm. And he just ate some clean snow until somebody showed up.
It's a good thing there were no snakes laying out there in the leaves.
In these temperatures, they probably weren't going to be.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
That's probably. Yeah.
It's just he stayed warm and stayed hydrated. That's what you need to do. You know. Yeah.
Fighty Wampa says dumb kids equal dumb adults equals living in your house for the rest of your life. Period. No thanks, Nante. Happy Lefty says not much survival training in the Cub Scouts. That starts at age 10 in the Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
I was in the
true.
Cub Scouts for like a minute. You know, it's like the whole time was spent trying to tie those stupid kerchiefs and get them through the little wooden thing. You're like,
yeah, and
how
then
do you do this?
Yeah, and then you had the leather kits. You had to put things together with the leather kit. Like, how's that going to help you when you're in the damn wild?
It didn't. I feel like we were in a sweatshop, Randy.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Mr. Wilbur says he's a dumbass. All right. Lost Toby says, who sends an 8-year-old out into the woods? Another good point. You shouldn't be sending some kid out in the woods to get the firewood.
I don't think the parents thought he was going to go out into the woods. It's just,
How do you get the firewood? You don't
go
know
over
axe.
there. Just go over there and get some firewood. You just grab some.
We
There's
don't.
probably
If
we look at the area, there was probably piles of firewood everywhere.
Well, let's see.
He walked right by him.
And it's Nante, we've already established this kid is an airhead.
Yeah,
and he walks down a trail looking for a firewood.
That's not going to work. You
in
can't.
woods,
You don't.
which literally has firewood everywhere.
Okay, he didn't go out there with an axe. All right, he wasn't Paul Bunyan. The point is, we don't know what the setup was. We don't know.
Nante blew the bell curve for everybody in second grading. You know it.
You called the kid stupid first, and then created a story whereby he walked past the wood. We don't.
It's right here. I'm reading it. It's right here.
Jeffrey called him stupid multiple times.
Oh,
I
did a lot of times. Yes.
Yeah.
So
he's
dumb.
I didn't say stupid. I said he's an idiot.
Okay, yeah, like those are synonyms. So that's
And
the same
I said
thing.
idiot.
I don't
so-
think.
I get the words right.
I said
Okay,
airhead.
so you said he was an idiot, and you also
He's
said
an
he was
idiot.
dumb.
Comes from upbringing.
But then you made the scenario where the wood was just right there. If the wood was right there, they wouldn't have sent him to go get it.
Oh, I don't know.
Unless they were just tired of hearing his dumb voice.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Wow.
Tired of hearing him saying the dumb things he said.
Nante!
Like
Go
what?
get
You
some
don't know
firewood.
anything about this kid, man. Golly. We're
No, I
just
saw pictures.
roasting this. So
Just saying.
wow.
I'm just
All
trying
right.
to get there.
That's I don't like that.
I'm just saying.
I don't like that at all.
No, trust me. If you saw the pictures, you'd be on board.
I do not. That wouldn't
You
change
would
anything.
immediately agree.
No. Mm-mm.
If you were like, say, all right, to an AI, show me what a dumb kid looks like.
Oh boy, that's not a good
My
territory
God,
to go
it's
at
Nante,
all with
right
that.
there.
But that's fine. Let's just keep it rolling.
Mr. Pink Eye says Bo Jackson was unstoppable in Techno Bowl. Well, aren't we all?
Well, no,
Big
he
Wrist
specifically,
says,
you couldn't be tackled. He couldn't be tackled.
I know, but we all played him.
Yeah.
Big
True.
Wrist says, what do you guys think of the White Men Can't Jump remake? Bad idea.
Horrible
There's a lot of
idea.
movies they don't need to remake because the first one was fine as it was.
Yeah, Space Jam.
And the
White Men Can't Jump,
which is one of my favorite movies. So I'm deeply saddened by it.
the reboot of Ghostbusters.
No, that's actually not a reboot. That's a continuation. Also pointless, if you ask me.
And
Against
they're
the
not
spread-
changing anything. It's like the same movie word for word.
Yeah.
Just keep it.
Against the Spread says maybe Dante can provide a reverse Make-A-Wish Foundation effort to help Ayton get some heart and grow some nuts. BA could learn a lot from that 8-year-old kid. You know, he can survive in the wilderness. Ayton can survive in a court. I'm sure they speak the same language. Fish Tank says, we sure Nante wasn't just a Mormon missionary? They'll send them kids anywhere. To the end of the trail? Okay. We have to take a break, and when we come back, let's talk football. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means, wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait. Unlimited first year cash back match. Only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-736-6158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-736-6158. That's 800-736-6158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-736-6158. Again, 800-736-6158.
Simply Safe was named Best Home Security of 2023 by U.S. News and World Report. But we don't do what we do for the accolades. We do it to protect you and everything you love. Our advanced sensors, indoor and outdoor HD cameras, and hazard detectors are powered by live 24/7 professional monitoring, so you get emergency help fast. Get 20% off any new system with interactive monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates. It's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Greg Clark Automotive trained and certified technicians, servicing the Valley for 45 years. Located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue. Highly rated by Google. Any of their foreign, domestic, or diesel work repairs come with a digital inspection, customer approval, and warranty. 2 years or 24,000 miles. State-of-the-art service, family touch. Contact us today at 602-246-2881 or online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention 1580 and get 10% off.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K2.4 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third
hour. People settle down because it's time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Right now, first quarter just about to end. Low scoring affair so far. You got the Heat with 19 and the Knicks with 14, and we'll keep you up to date on what's happening with that as we go forward. I just saw something. I probably should just stay off the damn internet, during breaks because I get distracted. And now I'm distracted. I don't even like Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Don't care for them. I don't need the fire in my mouth and then, later on, if you know what I mean. But there's a movie coming out, and at first I thought, is this one of those Funny or Die things? Is this a joke? But it's called Flaming Hot, and it's the story of the people who invented Flaming Hot Cheetos, directed by Eva Longoria, and it's going to be on Hulu and Disney June 9th. And if look it up, find the trailer. I couldn't watch it with the sound on, so part of me is still not sure if it's real. But God help me, it looks interesting. It actually does look like, might take a look at that. I watched the Ray Kroc documentary with Michael Keaton, whatever it was. You know, I mean, they did the McDonald's thing. You know, I get curious about how things get discovered and made, but it kind of looks like a comedy, or it's not supposed to be, but it is one.
We are getting a lot of shows lately, not about stuff, but about how stuff got made. Because you got the Air with the Michael Jordan shoe movie,
right?
We've got the Tetris show that's out on Apple TV.
Nobody asked.
Nobody asked for it. It looks like it's well acted, well directed, but I just don't care. And then, you know, apparently a Flamin' Hot Cheetos movie.
And I also want to just for a moment remind you something, Keon. I want you to remember this moment. Seriously do. Someday, years from now, you will be sitting there with your children, or maybe somebody else's children, or even just overlooking a group of children. And as much as your liberal sensitivities will not allow you to do it right now, I swear to God, you're going to look at a kid and go, that kid's an idiot. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind. I know it sounds hard to hear on the ears right now for you, but that is going to occur to you. And you're going to look back at Randy and I and go, oh my God, they were right.
No, don't get me wrong. If a kid proves, I treat people the same. You prove something to me, then I believe it. If the kid proves to me they're an idiot by acting like an idiot, then I will believe that. But without seeing the kid, without hearing the kid speak, I am not going to judge from an article where I have like not enough information that the kid is an idiot. I don't think that's fair.
I will send you an email.
Okay, but your face does not tell me anything. There are plenty of people with goofy looking faces that are actually pretty smart people.
There's me.
No, that's a good point. It is a good point.
So I'm not going to judge you based on your face. You can send me the article if you want, but that's not going to change anything.
Then by all means, watch the video that comes too.
I just have a question,
Okay.
not to derail our kid being an idiot conversation here.
I just wanted Keon to remember this years from now. And I demand a phone call.
I just want to back up for a moment.
Okay.
Did you say that Eva Longoria is the director of this Flaming Hot movie?
Yeah, why?
I wonder if that's why Tony Parker and her couldn't work it out.
I don't know. She's Eva Longoria Baston now. So maybe Baston is the reason they couldn't work it out.
Well, I'm sure that Tony called her, Baston and other things. But
no, I think that's her new husband's name.
Oh, I'm sorry. But anyway, I wonder if it's because she had the orange fingers from eating all the Flaming Hot Cheetos. Think about it. I mean, was she getting orange stuff all over his stuff?
What stuff?
Well, the Larry O'Brien trophy, MVP, rings, sofa, all over the kitchen.
Yeah, that would be annoying.
See what I'm saying?
The
clothes.
Cheeto dust is called a Cheetle, by the way.
Excuse me?
That was like a story that was like my first week of working on the blender. That was a thing that you talked about. Actually.
How does Don Cheadle feel about that?
I'm sure he doesn't like it.
Probably not good.
Though he could probably work something out with the Cheeto
Is he
company.
The guy that host of a Soul Train?
What?
Don Cheadle?
No, he's from the Iron Man movies.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
And some other stuff. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Hotel Rwanda,
which watch it once and then don't watch it again. It's very sad.
It was the Don on the Soul Train.
What are you talking
about? That was Don Cheadle. The guy that invented the Soul Train and he used to host it all the time. I used to watch it all the time on the weekend.
I don't know.
The Soul Train. Yeah, they'd have all the great music on there.
That was Don Cornelius.
Don Cornelius. Never mind.
How do you get Cornelius and Cheadle?
I have no idea. My mind is a beautiful thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
So, so the Flamin' Hot Cheeto movie, now I've been told is real, is an actual thing.
Real movie. Wow.
And so then I start wondering, I wonder if we're going to get this because now Velveeta is selling cheese-filled chocolate.
What?
So is there going to be a movie about this? And it doesn't look like chocolate. It looks like macaroni and cheese. That's actually right there on the screen. That is chocolate filled. It's like a chocolate shell filled with Velveeta.
I'm going to put
Ew.
my foot down and say no.
No.
That's disgusting. Also,
Nasty.
during the original pandemic lockdown type things, there was a horrible trend of people making cakes of things where it didn't like they would bake a fully perfect cake where it would look like a watermelon. It would look just like a watermelon, or it would look just like
a baby.
I
saw one that looked like a baby.
Oh my god, that's
they're
depressing.
like cutting into a baby.
Or one that looked like a full-on lasagna, and then you cut into it, and it was a chocolate cake.
You know, I
don't mind that.
I had my liver transplant many years ago.
I don't think they're making a cake that looks like your liver.
I beg to differ because I
Oh, no.
never saw it. I was in the recovery, but there was a group of people, my so-called friends, that brought a cake that was shaped like a liver and had a knife going down the middle that had cut it in half.
Wow.
Yeah, and they were eating cake. That cake, it is, as God is my witness, that's a true story.
That
While
is-
you were under the knife?
I would no. Well, maybe I can't remember. This was a long time ago. You know,
that is horrifying.
Yeah,
That wouldn't
yeah.
bother me at all. I'd be like, save me some of my liver cake.
Yeah, I didn't get to have any liver cake whatsoever.
That's even worse.
Yeah,
You didn't get any.
Yeah, no,
they
have
had.
to give you
Oh
some
no!
at the
While
least.
I was in there getting my the transplant done, yeah, they called in barbecue. They had like a regular party going on out there. Yeah.
When you went and had your liver transplant, did you have the undercoating done too? You always want to, if you're there, you might as well do it.
Oh no, and I had the 100,000 mile checkup. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
the whole thing. Yeah.
It's always a good idea.
Why, I mean, why not? You know, as a matter of fact, I think they took my tonsils out as well.
Yeah, why not? I mean, yeah, get it all done. Once you hit your deductible, just have fun with it.
Yeah.
Cheadle says Fish Tank. Don Cheadle is the best Captain Planet we've ever had.
Don Cheadle.
That was a funny planet. Oh, that was messed up funny. That was
Human
very good
tree.
funny.
Yeah, that was great.
Wilbur says, did they eat your liver with some fava beans? It's not that kind of liver, Wilbur. Against the Spread says, congratulations, Jeffrey. You've nominated a kid for Man of the Day and then emotionally and mentally tore him down. That, ladies and gentlemen, is ruthless bait and switch. Maybe you can make things right and donate some sporting equipment from your charity. Obviously, this kid could use another hobby. I'll tell you what, Against the Spread, I'm going to send that kid a helmet because clearly, the bucket he usually has on his head has fallen off. Don't worry, Keon. It wasn't in the state. Fish Tank
Oh, that
says,
makes it better. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Jagdog says, Jeffrey, are you eating backdoor taco for dinner? At this rate, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, if you go Taco Bell Chipotle, the next stage is obviously more damage to your lower intestines.
I think he means backyard taco, but whatever.
Yeah.
Hefty Lefty says the hot Cheetos story is pretty interesting. The guy has said he was the reason it started, and he's been proven that he wasn't the sole reason, but it's a good story. He had to backpedal a little bit in his accounts and how it all came to be.
Oh, well, that has potential to be pretty funny then, I guess.
Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
See, I think if they're going to make a movie, they should have made a movie out of like the Reese's peanut butter cups. Now
Is there an interesting thing there?
There
I'd like to know.
I'd like to know the origins of the
Because
Reese's
That's
peanut butter cup.
the founder one with Michael Keaton was really interesting because Ray Kroc is a horrible person.
Oh yeah,
that's
He's
really
absolute.
That's why it was fascinating. If there's, I just hope there's an interesting story there with the Reese's cups.
King Kitten says Eva Longoria, she makes my membership renew. All right, never heard that one before. Parlay J says it's a Tetris movie, and you guys will be surprised. It's amazing. You've seen it? Oh my God, I'm not. Listen, no. There's no reason for a Tetris movie. I'm just sorry. There just isn't. Historian says, remember how easily 8-year-olds can be distracted, you know. Look at how easily we're distracted. Lost Toby says, I'm ready in case the Warriors win or lose. And on the counter there, he's got himself a fine array of bottles. Except for if you want me to know what that one is, you should turn it around so I can see the label, Lost Toby. He's got a bottle of Trujillo Tahona Centenario 40. Tequila, was that Clase Azul? I don't know. And then some yellow bottle backwards. I don't know. That could be olive oil for all I know. So I'm glad you're ready, Lost Toby, one way or the other. But I wouldn't pop no corks or open up no bottles until finals. That's when it matters. You know, heck, you're not even at the Western Conference Finals yet, Lost Toby. Pink Eye says Tony Parker should make a Takis movie. I think you're right. He should make a competing movie with Evan Longoria. You're absolutely right.
Takis is they're not for France, are they?
They should release the same day.
Takis, it's just the hot, flaming hot, snacks.
See, Giannis Antetokounmpo should do Takis because that's Greek, right? Takis is Greek, right?
I don't think Takis are Greek now. I'll have to look that up though.
I stay away from the butt fire stuff. Those things cause butt fire.
Well,
that's what I think.
Yeah.
By the way, before we move on to the NFL, one more thing. I just need to send a message to Robert De Niro. Stop it. Why? Why would you do that? He had a baby. He just had a baby. 79-year-old Robert De Niro just had a baby.
Don't you mean not fathered a baby?
Fathered a baby.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just like that's like leaving a mess for other people to clean up. You know what I mean? That just ain't right.
that baby is barely going to know you.
It's not about knowing you. You just left everybody else with a chore. Yeah. He's like, here's my baby. Well, I'll be seeing you.
79. I don't know. I think it's kind of impressive.
I mean, listen, we're impressed. Your wiener worked. Thank you, Robert De Niro. Okay. But now human life is going to be left behind for someone else to deal with after you're gone.
I think that baby will be well off.
Well, you don't know. Robert De Niro might not leave any money to anybody for all we know. I don't know what his will looks like. And then this poor kid is the seventh child that Robert De Niro's had. And that means that if there's a will, this little baby has to share it with his brothers and sisters, a 51-year-old, a 46-year-old, a 27-year-old, and a 27-year-old, and a 25-year-old, and an 11-year-old.
Yeah.
So he's got 7 kids?
All of those kids.
It took him this long to do 7 kids?
If there is any vagueness or ambiguity in that will, they are going to outmaneuver that poor kid and take all his money. There may not be anything left.
I know from experience in court, it is not hard to outmaneuver legally a baby. I don't want to go into the reason why I know this.
You can't just say something like that and then not go into the reason why you know this.
They are really bad at cross-examination.
Well, that is also
all I'm
true.
going to say.
That is
all
a
I'm going to
fact.
say.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
Lost Toby says Takis are Mexican. Big George says I think we need a movie on the potato chip and how that got invented. Well, we already know that. That's
Lay's potato chip.
And I'm going to tell you right now, quite frankly, just not interested.
Pinocchio says, isn't the Reese's origin story when the two guys ran into each other and one screamed, "You got chocolate on my peanut butter," and the other one's like, "Oh, you got my peanut butter and your chocolate there"?
No, I believe
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's a commercial.
No, that's a documentary. That's true. Number one Rattlers fan says you can use flaming hot Cheetos to start a campfire. They are flammable. No, that is absolutely true.
Huh?
I mean, you have to light them with a lighter, but in that case, you have the lighter. You don't need the Cheeto.
That's also a good point. Yeah.
Hefty Lefty says, is that why he's in that second movie where he now plays bad grandpa again? Yeah, I know. He's probably trying to leave behind a few bucks. I don't know. Can we talk football now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How important do you think it is to the mindset, the psyche, the physical well-being of a football team / organization / player on how much they travel?
I mean, I don't know if it affects like the psyche for how much travel. I think the thing that affects it more is the turnaround between games. If you have a short turnaround, a short recovery time, or you got to deal with jet lag or some other thing, then yeah, that's not good. Like that's going to put you at some kind of disadvantage.
Randy, I got bad news for you. The Arizona Cardinals, the Arizona Cardinals are the 7th most traveled team for the upcoming season. The Cardinals will travel 126,000 miles and go through 26 time zones. You're near the top of the list for having to travel all over the damn.
How about
place.
that, huh? Neato.
My Colts are doing all right. They're towards the bottom.
Of course.
16,000 or so miles and about 16 time zones. Makes me feel like nobody cares if you got, we don't need the Colts to go anywhere. They're going to suck this year. So you can stay put. Washington Commandos for you, Keon. I don't see them on the list. Where are they?
They don't travel. They're just going to stay at home.
Every game's a home game.
There you are. No, you're just a little bit more than the Colts do.
Okay.
The team that this will make you happy though, Randy. The team, actually teams that will travel the most: Seahawks and the 49ers, first and second place. The Seahawks will go 31,600 miles and go through 36 time zones.
Good.
49ers, 29,958,000 miles, 36 time zones. So
good.
A couple of your opponents. And look at that. The Rams are right there in fourth place. So actually, everyone in your division travels farther and more than your Cardinals do. But it's still going to be bad for you. Are the Cardinals going to Germany or England or somewhere? I know my Colts are going to Germany to play the Patriots.
No, I think they go to Mexico City.
I got to learn how to say cheater in German. Something. I don't know how you say it in the German. Fish Tank says the Dolphins get to go all the way to Germany to play the Chiefs. I don't see why we need to leave the country to get our asses kicked. One of the things that people are kind of disappointed in is because Tyreek Hill was making so much noise about going back and kicking the Chiefs' ass, and now it's not going to happen in front of Chiefs fans. It's going to happen in Germany instead. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying that game.
By the way, Cardinals have no international games for 2023.
How are they traveling so much?
All right.
That's amazing.
A lot of East Coast stuff.
Colts fan Dan says no games in Mexico this year. They're renovating that stadium. Gotcha. Hefty Lefty says, I think the AFC and NFC West teams are generally in the top 10 every year because of space between cities for West Coast teams. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But the very top of the list, it's all West Coast. Everything on the West Coast.
I would imagine
in a row.
Every year Seattle's in the top 3 just because they are farther away from everyone.
No, my bad. Miami Dolphins are number 3, but mostly it's West Coast. Sorry. King of Kitten says, I just had a bag of jalapeno TGI Friday potato chips. Delicious. Lost Toby says, shootout to all the mothers.
Why do you want to have a shootout with mothers?
He says, shoot out to all the mothers. May 10th is Mexican Mother Day. Lost Toby, what? Seems like you may have some unresolved issues here.
I mean,
it's
a bit aggressive, don't you think?
Been a lot of shootings in Phoenix lately, but damn, Lost Toby. I don't think we can celebrate that. He says shout out. Oh, you meant shout out.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. You really got to check something like that before you send it. That was almost the thing. We got to take a break. Let's come back. Let's talk some more football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Juice Reel, the betting intelligence tool that's making better bettors. Open the App Store and get your hands on Juice Reel. Start betting smarter. Juice, R-E-E-L. Juice Reel. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The NFL releasing the schedules of all 32 teams on Thursday, and an advanced look at Super Bowl 58 has the Kansas City Chiefs the betting favorite to repeat as champions. They are plus 600. Philadelphia, the NFC champions, at plus 850 to host the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Buffalo Bills plus 900. San Francisco plus 950. The Cincinnati Bengals are plus 1,000 to win the Super Bowl. Future betting on the regular season NFL MVP award, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes are all at plus 700. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
At Simply Safe, we know during a break-in, every second counts. So our home security system is powered by 24/7 professional monitoring agents who use Fast Protect technology, only from Simply Safe, to capture video evidence and verify a threat for fast police response. Now install Simply Safe your way. Do it yourself or have an expert set it up for you with new Pro Install. Get 20% off any new system with interactive monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Today on Hey Culligan Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener. Here's Kevin.
Hey, Culligan, can a smart water softener lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you. So your water stays soft, and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. You know, the Lund Mortgage Team has been doing their thing for over 2 decades in the Valley, helping thousands of people in Arizona save money on their loans, get the best rate. They're mortgage brokers. They can shop it around for you. And now more than ever, it is so important to have a mortgage professional that's been around, that's seen the high rates, low rates, everything in between, because look, there's no sugarcoating what's going on right now. The rates are higher. However, the supply and demand, the whole how many houses are for sale in Arizona and what's going on, it's gone in favor of the buyer now. So if you're going to buy a new home, it is important to go and get that rate. Whatever that rate is, it's not going to be your forever rate. That's important to think about. So lock it in, get the house of your dreams, and move on. But let the people at the Lund Mortgage Team do their job. All the heavy lifting from start to finish. They'll find you the best rate out there. Call 623-875-9940, 623-875-9940, or online, lundmortgage.com.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
If you're not spending every waking moment checking us out online,
You better have a good excuse.
yeah, we've loaded up our website with the stories, pics, video, podcast, commentary, and more. The kind of stuff you love.
Hey, it takes a lot of time to post all this junk.
And you'll love every bit of it. Very well.
Or at least most of it.
It appears that the website has become alive. Get it now.
It's on the internet.
1580, thefanatic.com.
Feliz Día de las Madres. Tihua says that. Feliz Día de las Madres.
Nice.
On 1580 El Fanático.
Yeah.
It's Mexican Mother's Day. I think, I don't know if we should say Mexican Mother's Day or just Mother's Day in Mexico, you know? I don't know.
I think, yeah, Mexican is in the nation, not
right. Not specifically only Mexican mothers, just if you are in Mexico and a mother, happy Mother's Day.
Yes.
Do they hear us in Mexico?
See. 888-368-1580. Big George says, yeah, Robert De Niro went to the Hugh Hefner school there, didn't he? Yeah, I guess he did. Let's see. Wilbur says, of Cardinals, go to Pittsburgh and Cleveland. What did he say? That sentence kind of got away from me there. He says, I believe the Cardinals go to Washington and possibly Philadelphia.
Okay, so a lot of East Coast games for the Cardinals.
Right. We know a bunch of the games are. We just don't know the schedules yet. Some of them have been leaked. We're going to have a special schedule release show tomorrow at 7 p.m. here on 1580 Fanatic, where they will tell you every, I guess, I think is that why it's 2 hours? It's a 2-hour show.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to tell you everybody's schedule.
Yeah, and probably give,
break it down.
Their preseason predictions of let's do win-loss stuff too. Yeah.
We're just going to do that with the Cardinals, I think. I mean, we might do it with the Colts and the Commandos if we can do it fast, but we do, I think, have a responsibility to take the schedule for next year once we have it.
Do we?
And we always do. We always do that, Randy.
Yeah.
We'll do it for all the teams, and it'll probably make us all sad. And then what we'll do is we'll take a step back, and then we'll look at the teams that are looking really good this year. Who do you think, just off the top of your head, who do you think, oh, wow, the team, that's the team this year. Last year, of course, I believe the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, but this year, this is the it team. What looks to be the it team? Go ahead, Keon. Dazzle us.
I mean, they're going to be the same handful of teams.
Wrong. It's the Texans. It's the Texans, and you should know better.
No,
I
It's
just
the
made
Texans.
that up.
Huh?
No, I just made that up. Sorry, go ahead. What were you going to say? Go ahead.
I just think it's going to be the same handful of teams at the top. Bills, Bengals, Chiefs.
What about the Jets, though?
I think the Jets are going to compete, but man, that AFC is tough. The NFC is not a cakewalk, but compared to the AFC, oh my God.
You got an interesting story there, Randy, with the Jets and Aaron Rodgers, but then you also have an interesting story with Sean Payton showing up to see if he can save what's left
Broncos.
of Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
So there are interesting stories, but I was just kind of wondering, is there going to be a new team at the table? Like, all right, now that team right there, that team. Oh yeah, that team. It won't be the Cardinals. It will not be the Colts.
I don't.
It will
I
not
don't,
be the Commandos.
I don't mean to sound like wet paper rag here, but I don't think the Broncos are going to be the team everybody thinks they're going to be just because Sean Payton's in town.
Oh, I don't either, but it'll be interesting to see if Sean Payton has what it takes to get Russell Wilson back to good.
I will say that I think for me, I will be watching the Jacksonville Jaguars very closely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was
very closely.
I was just thinking about the
I don't
Jags
know
because they got Trevor Lawrence some weapons now.
Don't know about the Bears as much as the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I believe in the Bears.
I think the Bears have some more stuff they need to fill in, and of course, even though I think a lot of the players they drafted will help, they are still rookies. So you are going to need those guys to develop as well.
Just so you know, couple minutes out of halftime, the Knicks and the Heat are very close. Right now, it's Knicks 42 and Heat's 41. I'm going to call them the Heats. I don't even care. Hefty Lefty says, I remember when the list came out last year, and the years before, Steelers only played in the Eastern time zone and only had to travel like 2,000 total miles. Well, I mean, they have mixed it up a little bit better for everybody, but there's always going to be a winner and loser in that game. No loss, Toby. No Wilbur. It's not Fanatic After Dark tomorrow. And, don't get no King Kittens. We're not working from 7 to 9 tomorrow. None of that's happening. There's a show on from Westwood One. We have nothing to do with it. Tried to air it during this show, but
Ron said no.
Shut us right down.
Yep.
Well, some of the things we do know, the Jaguars, they're going to actually be the first team to play in 2 London games in the same season. And I feel like the owner of the Jaguars and Roger Goodell, he's like, hey, if we do this, do you want to move? Yes, we do. We want to move to London. All right, because that makes sense. And now it kind of feels like that speculation be true. Why else would they have the Jaguars play 2 games in London?
Well, I think it was the commissioner that said today as much.
2 weeks apart.
That the NFL is looking at putting a 4-team division in Europe. There will be a 4-team division in Europe.
Which side will it be on, AFC or
NFC? I didn't see that it would be on one side or the other yet.
You can't do that.
I have a feeling the Jacksonville Jaguars will be one of those teams.
Keon, how do you do that? How do you put 4 more teams in the national or the NFC or the AFC? How do you put 4 more teams in an additional division? 5 divisions in one and 4 in the other? I mean, what's going on?
Because the divisions have been unbalanced before. The conferences have been unbalanced before, but I don't believe that they've been one conference has 4 more teams than the other unbalanced. That seems like a lot.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to work it out. I'm just saying.
It'd be one thing if you added a team there and then said, that one division's just going to have 5 teams in it. That's happened before.
Well, Jacksonville, it seems to be, from the article I was reading today, it seems to be that Jacksonville is going to be the team to move to London. They're going to move them to London.
Which would be, wow, just imagine being a Jaguars fan through all those years of crappy teams and just when the team's getting good.
Yeah.
They move your team across the entire Atlantic Ocean.
That's what you get, Florida. So what about
Florida's
this?
got like 9 teams.
Yeah,
what
but
if there
still.
were 4 AFC and 4 NFC European teams? You put 8 teams in the England or in the Europe, 8 teams.
Well, I'm sure they're talking about something, but this was the first time that I read anywhere that it's a foregone conclusion. They are going to have a division, if not 2 divisions in Europe, NFC, AFC. They're going to have this happen. I don't know if the first division is going to be 2 AFC teams, 2 NFC teams. I don't know.
But then you have 2 teams does not make a division, so those 2 teams have to be made part of actual divisions in the United States.
And I don't know that any of these European games have proven that there is enough of a love for the National Football League in Europe to support anywhere from 4 to 8 teams over there.
Don't matter, man. It's all about the money.
I know it's all about the money, but I'm saying
you got to have support too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's wrong. Like I don't think they're going to make the money that they think they're going to make. I just don't think that playing a handful of games where you send Tom Brady over there and you send, Aaron Rodgers once or whatever. I like sending different teams over every now and then. It's more of a special event right now. I don't think that proves that you will make money from doing this.
You know what I say? I say, you know what? Hey, look, the NFL's they're due for a good kick in the ass. Let them do it. Let them see. And then guess what'll happen? They'll have to kind of back away, rethink this whole thing, and maybe they'll fix some things with the game, and they will get off their high horse for a little while before they try this again.
Yeah, I just don't know why you ruin a good thing here. I mean,
because they think they're unbeatable.
Yeah.
Why do you think they're going against the NBA on Christmas Day? Hey, Roger here. Hey, Silver, look what I'm doing.
Yeah, as Adam Silver screams into the sky that
exactly
they can't keep getting away with it.
See, they're just they're the big brother on the block. They're the ones that want to bully everybody.
Yeah.
Let them fail.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
I don't want it to fail.
I just see that coming from a mile away. Like if you don't know that you've got that support over there, this is financially unsound. Just not smart at all.
That is a fact. Bruno Baller says, can you think of some teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that you think might make it this year? I think the Jets and the Lions, maybe. What were you basing the Lions on?
Just that the Lions were damn close last year. They needed
got cold.
Well, except for that last game of the
season, man.
And they won it in the cold. So
I think
they wouldn't have needed to if he'd won it earlier in the cold.
I think you're going to see a real vacuum happen in the NFC North, and the Chicago Bears could surprise people, and the Lions could end up winning that division. Would that be just crazy? I mean, who's going to win it? The Green Bay Packers are not going to win the NFC North.
Yeah, we don't know yet. We have to watch a couple games before we know that.
I mean, the Vikings are there. I mean, the Vikings surely are going to be the penciled-in favorite.
I would have to think it would be the Vikings.
Colts fan Dan says Jags pay for their own expenses to play in Europe, but they get to keep all the proceeds. Oh, that's why they want to go back.
That explains a lot.
But Wilbur says, can you imagine the NFL expands to Europe? Super Bowl would definitely have to be on a Saturday because you play the Super Bowl on Sunday at 4:30, like it usually is. That's the middle of the wee hours of the mornings overseas, and that's not going to go over well for them. The hell with them. Gamecock says, yep, just another day here. Wishing we drafted Luka. Thank you, Gamecock.
You can't say to hell with them if you're going to try and give them football. See what I'm saying? So
no, I can do that.
That's Roger Goodell can't. He's not in the position because then
whatever I want.
That will cost you money.
Yeah.
If all the people you're trying to get to spend money in Europe can't see the game to see the advertisements,
be fine.
Yeah, I mean, for our point of view, like we don't care, but the league needs to care about that.
Big George says, Keon, when you say all those poor Jacksonville Jaguar fans, you actually mean that in the singular, right? The only one and only Jacksonville fan.
Trevor
Lawrence's mom.
The tens of tens.
I don't mean that in the singular.
Dozens.
Have you ever been to Jacksonville? I don't recommend it. It's not a great city. But those people are crazy about their Jaguars, man. Why do you think that they go, Duval? It's Duval County. There's a bunch of them there. There's a lot of them. Like they did build a stadium there, and the team has been financially supported this entire time, and they haven't even been good.
You know, my idea of like cordoning off Ohio and just shutting it down, same game plan can work for Florida. You know, easily. I think and should. Number one Rattlers fan says if 4 teams form a division in Europe from the NFL, there'll be no more AFC and NFC.
Interesting thought.
So
interesting thought.
What would be the realignment there? Are we doing the
We're
NHL
listening.
dividing this thing into 3 divisions? What are we doing?
We are listening against the spread. Number one Rattlers fan says, all right, follow along slowly, move Jaguars to London, rename them the Monarchs, then give Jacksonville an expansion team and name it the Jaguars. Well, why would you just do that?
Why not just
send
create the
expansion
Monarchs?
team in England? Very confusing. Whistling Gerbil says Jags owns the London Stadium too. No, I think there was a thing where he's buying one, or I don't know.
No, I
if
think
they actually
I think
that
he
went
owns
through.
it.
I think it's the Wembley, even though they're playing back-to-back games in London, but one at his stadium and then one at the Tottenham Stadium for some reason.
Hefty Lefty says, hey, if they want to add 4 teams, they should go with Salt Lake, St. Louis, Toronto, and Vancouver. No, by God, there'll be no Canadian teams. I don't even know if the Mormons want a team. CK says, move the entire AFC South to Europe. Nobody'd even notice. You shut your mouth, CK. I know what you're doing there. Wilbur says, keep in mind the franchise fees will likely be 300 to 500 million per franchise. Now get spread out over existing teams. That's a pretty good upfront payday. Obviously, some very wealthy overseas folks, they could care less about the money, though. Everybody cares about the money.
The Jags owner does not own Wembley Stadium, though he has tried to buy it on multiple occasions.
That's what I thought. Berg says, go Diamondbacks. Thank you, Berg. George says he's been to Jacksonville and it stinks. Against the spread says the NFL would have to create 3 more expansion franchises to play in Europe because nobody besides Jacksonville would want to move. Well, they'd have to create 4 because they got to even that damn thing out. Number one Rattlers fan says he wants to move his franchise to London. All right. But we still, okay. 4 is the magic number on those things. Now, how you do that, I'm not sure. No, we're not going to figure that out right now. We're just figuring out that we're going to finally have a Black Friday football game all of a sudden. The Jets and Dolphins are going to host that. First, I was like, what are you doing? Why? Because us men will have something to watch while the wives are off shopping and stuff, But then I thought, well, this isn't not the 1950s either. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Miss Kim
sometimes
Miss Kim don't go out on Black Friday.
I don't either. My wife doesn't. Nobody does. I feel like it's all online now, right?
Yeah.
Is anybody running out there crawling over people for a toaster?
Listen, I like the Cyber Monday stuff better anyway. And
Yeah.
So,
It's all right. If you happen to have the Friday off, you get to watch a football game. If you don't worry about it. It's just Jets and Dolphins. Also, this might, have we done this before? New Year's Eve games? Because they're going to have the Chiefs and the Bengals on New Year's Eve. And it'll be, it'll be in the afternoon, 4:25 Eastern, which for us will be 2:25 Eastern. So you'll still get to watch the game and go to your parties and get liquored up. But I just, is that new or have we done that before? I don't remember if there's been New Year's Eve. It just seems like we're filling every single day with football now. Some of us need a break, man.
I don't know that we've had New Year's Eve games before, though we did have a New Year's Day where all 32 teams played. But yeah, no, that seems greedier than usual for the NFL to try to put football every day. And their assumption, I think, is that we're fans, we'll all watch, we'll watch some of these games. I don't think everybody has the time to watch all of these games.
Boomer Sooner asks, Jeffrey, do you know why it's called Black Friday? Why do people keep asking me that? It's because that is the day of the year that all the businesses go from being in the red to being in the black because they sell a bunch of stuff. Most of their sales happen at that point. Why do people keep asking me this?
I don't know.
If I didn't have to go to the bathroom so bad, I would really think about it. But I got to go. So when we come back, it's time for On This Day in Big Georgia sports history and other stuff. It's Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means, wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait. Unlimited first year cash back match. Only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
I had a nighttime routine for my frequent heartburn. I would drink milk. I would sleep upright with more pillows, but that painful burning stayed. So I made Prilosec OTC part of my morning routine. With just one pill each morning, Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production, blocking heartburn day and night. Now I have a new nighttime routine. I call it sleeping.
One pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. With Prilosec OTC. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Paid for by the National Tax Advisory. Contact the tax group for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this, because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call the tax group right now at 800-914-4166 and get the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-914-4166 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-914-4166. 800-914-4166. 800-914-4166.
I know I need money for retirement, but what should I invest in? I also need money for the kids' college fund, and I'm not sure I have enough insurance. How do I balance all of this? I need a stockbroker, a financial planner, and an insurance agent? Ugh.
Hello, I'm Mo Ansari, host of Market Wrap and president of Compact Asset Management. Here at Compact, we provide a holistic approach to wealth management, with a team of professionals ready to assist you with all of your investment and financial planning needs. We offer our clients a 3-stage process that includes customizing a portfolio to fit your specific investment needs, creating a financial plan designed to help you reach your goals, and estate planning ideas to help ensure that your hard-earned legacy is passed down the way you intended. Call me at 1-800-388-9700 and let's talk about how we can work together to enhance your overall life experience. 1-800-388-9700, 800-388-9700.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor. Funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA SIPC.
I'm here to tell you about a technological shocker. Believe it or not, you can listen to us on your smart speaker.
That's shocking.
Wow. What a world we live in. All you have to do is say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
Terry Butler here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right, let me just clear out the text line before we get to the history thing. Berg says, no expansion. Your vote has been tallied, Berg. And I'll be honest, I kind of feel the same way. I mean, let's not do that until they really want it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to expand into the Europe and other places, wait till you can have 4 teams for each conference, you know, for the NFC and the AFC. Whether it's Mexico or Puerto Rico or England or France or Spain or Germany, you know, diversify that. Don't have a bunch of teams in England.
It just makes more sense to just let's have an international division.
Mm-hmm.
And you've already played games in Mexico.
Well, an international part of the NFC, an international part of the AFC. You do need to break that up into equal parts, don't you?
I'm sure, yeah. And I don't know exactly how you'd work that out. But you gotta at least allow for the fact that England is not going crazy for the NFL to that degree. That like they can support 4 teams. I guarantee you they can.
They can support 1.
Yeah. Probably
they can support 1.
And even that's a maybe. That's not a guarantee.
I don't know that there was any speculation about more than 1 team in England.
Europe. There has been.
I said Europe.
No, there's been speculation that England could have 2 or 3 teams seriously in the conversation.
They are playing games in multiple English stadiums. So there has to be more to it than that. Like the quote unquote home game for the Jaguars is at Wembley. The away game is in Tottenham. It's just like crazy. And then you're going to obviously add Germany. They played in Munich and all that.
I think it'd be better for the team and for the country to have one, because, England is about the size of a couple of our states. Spain is about the size of a state of the United States. So if you look at the population versus one team, I feel like one team for England, one for Spain, one for Germany, yada, yada, yada. And, moving around. They can't be Canada, and because they have their own league. All right. We can't be doing things in Canada. King Kenton says, I'm pretty sure the NFL has an agreement with the Canadian Football League that there wouldn't be any NFL teams north of the border. Well, I mean, I don't know if there's an agreement between the two, but
it may not be
a
written one, but
he says today's count: 5 beers drank, 3 oleander bushes trimmed.
Nice,
man. That's hard work right there. CK says, Randy, pour me a cold one. I'm not going to say the rest because he wants to toast the Lakers. No. Sorry. I didn't see the whole thing, CK. I take it back. He says, here's to the Lakers burning in hell. Hit the music, Randy, says CK.
All right.
Burn in hell, Lakers. Burn in hell, Lakers. Shut the hell up, Ralph.
Against the Spread says, I've got the team names already for the 4 European teams.
Okay.
The Italian Guidos, the French rifle droppers, the British dental patients, and the Irish drunken potato eating fighters.
They are not going to go for any of that.
Yeah, no.
And the Irish
don't
would never
speak for the Irish.
The Irish would never be in a league that the English are in.
No, you're right. But the thing is, I think Irish are. Well, we're just fine sitting here drinking. Don't worry about us. We don't need a team. We're good. No, thank you. Let's see. Rough Rob says New Year's Eve games should be reserved for college football and college football only. NFL is just greedy.
NFL don't care. They're just taking everything. You're exactly right. College football on New Year's Eve.
I mean, you're right, Randy. They're gonna keep pushing until eventually they fail at something. Just haven't failed yet.
The historian started out pretty strong with his list of places that should have franchises.
Okay.
And then I think it just went silly.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Portland, Oregon. Well, I mean, that's not a bad idea. There's just zero interest there. I know that because my mom lives there, and having lived there myself, they're like, no, we're good with the Portland Trailblazers. We don't need.
That's kind of their thing.
We're close enough to the Seahawks. We're good. San Antonio, Texas. We do not need another team in Texas.
So that for them, though, San Antonio has been dying for a team down there. They would love one, but boy.
Tell people to move. Columbus, Ohio. We don't need another Ohio team.
No.
And this is just silly. Anchorage, Alaska.
No.
There's not enough people in Anchorage. There's not enough people in Alaska.
There's not enough people in Alaska, but it would be silly to say no to a third Texas team or a third Ohio team if the city you choose can financially support it. Like if the people will pay to go see it, then just take the money.
Oklahoma City would want an NFL franchise.
Oh my God, and they would turn it into a college franchise immediately. Like in terms of how they support it, they would go crazy.
Ugh. Let's see. Hefty Lefty says, I still like the London Silly Nannies. Is that really a name?
I don't think that's a thing.
The thing is, that's how weird England is. We could see it.
Silly Nannies.
Yeah, I mean, they have words that are just feel make believe. The words
I don't know who
came
up with the team, the London Monarchs. Now, see that would work.
That makes sense.
Work.
The monarch is like royalty, a king or queen.
There you go.
Monarch. By the way,
okay, the London Silly Nannies is a Family Guy joke.
Oh, thanks, Hefty Lefty. This is not an awkward moment because of what Hefty Lefty said. That Chipotle is really riding low on me right now. I think we better get this moving before I get moving, if you know what I mean. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's Sports History. Back in the year 2002, The Boston Celtics and the Detroit Pistons played the lowest scoring game in the NBA playoffs since the shot clock was introduced in the 54-55 season. The Celtics beat the Pistons 66-64. 130-point total is far below the previous low of 142 points before that. Back to me, Jeffrey. And just before people get crazy, keep in mind 54-55 season, Bill Russell wasn't there until 56. So, yeah, that was never going to happen again. 888-368-1580 against the spread says the NFL is crossing the line. All right, playing on Black Friday. For years, the league would never play on Fridays because of high school football. Now they're going to go head-to-head with high school football championships in the Midwest.
And by the way, that's a losing battle.
The NFL does not care.
Midwest and South, the NFL wins a lot, but when it comes to high school football, I promise.
Midwest, South, and Texas.
Yeah, which I'm counting Texas.
And I guarantee you the NFL still wins because while your Midwest and your Texans and your other places, they may not be at home watching. Everybody else will.
Yep.
And it's still going to be for the win.
Yeah, just
it's going to be interesting to see what they do on New Year's Eve with going against the bowl games.
I'm just telling you, I ain't watching all these games live. I'll watch them, but I ain't watching them all live.
The hubris of the NFL is going to result in some ratings disasters. And you know, here's the thing: they're going to push out. They're going to push out. They're going to push out, and then they'll recede. They'll come back in where it's comfortable. So, you know, right now we're going to have all these games and all these holidays and all these places, and we're like, oh my God, how can we do this? And whatever can't be done won't be done. They'll pull back, and you know, they'll go back into their safety zone. So maybe in the future there won't be Black Friday games. Maybe in the future they won't try to take on high schoolers or college. But in the end of things, at every point necessary, the NFL will win. The NFL will beat college football. The NFL will beat high school football. The NFL will beat the NBA and the NHL and the Major League Baseball. Right now is the time to try this. It's the time to try and fail. While you are so far on top, you can't get hurt by it.
I mean, it's not a bad point. That's a good point there. I just personally hate it for just the idea that you're spreading this thing out and really in an attempt to try and take over every single day of the week. And the thing that I always loved about football was that Sundays were special. That was my day to melt into the couch and watch football all day long.
Well, I mean,
okay, boomer.
To be fair, okay, in December, Christmas Day is on a Monday. So Christmas Eve is on a Sunday. So they're not going outside the bounds of things. And on Friday, a Black Friday game, I don't know. They had Thursday is Thanksgiving. Are they playing on Thanksgiving as well?
Oh yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it's a stretch. Maybe
there's nothing sacred when it comes to the NFL until it fails. After that, they stop doing it. They'll go back. If
they were playing on a Wednesday night before Thanksgiving and they were playing on Black Friday, okay, maybe that's something to cry about. But I mean, like I said, Christmas Eve is the 24th. New Year's Eve is on a Sunday.
So it has to be seen if they're doing it moving forward. Like if they just continue, hey, Christmas Day, that went so well, we'll just do that even if Christmas falls on a Tuesday.
I don't know that they're going to do that.
I think hubris is going to mean like, we're doing it on a Tuesday at 8 a.m. Suck it. You know, everybody's going to be like, oh my God, we're going to tune into this. I mean, they're already, those European games are at 6 a.m. I don't imagine the ratings are great for that, but I don't think they
can't possibly be because, boy, I don't know anybody that wakes up for those, but you know, unless their team is playing. Nope, even if my team were playing, like fortunately, you know, 1580 Fanatic app, I stream the games. I don't leave my bed though.
No, I don't even do that. No,
not even that.
No. Hefty Lefty says, damn, there's only going to be like 6 games on Sunday after Thanksgiving with all this. Yeah. All right. But still, there in each time slot, there is a game and you will watch it. And that's the way it is. And if it's not because you care about the matchups or you don't care about the teams, I guarantee you're going to care about your fantasy football. So one way or the other, the NFL's got us.
I'll just track the fantasy football numbers. I don't need to watch the games. If you go up, for me, I'm just talking about myself. You go up against college football, in that time where we're in the postseason of college football, that's not a win for you. It's just not a win.
Just got a note from Roger Goodell. Dear Keon. Ooh.
Yeah, I was just talking about me personally. And I'm not saying that's how anybody else is going to think. You don't have to.
Roger Goodell's on the phone. Emergency meeting. We've lost Keon.
Well, I was just talking to you guys. I wasn't talking to the league office. And I'm sure that there's a bunch of people in the region of the world where I live the longest that feel the same. But, you know.
Well, I guess we're going to find out because there ain't no stopping it. All right, so a little update for you if you're on your way home. It is New York Knicks with 60 and the Heat with 51. The Knicks certainly trying to make this a continuing series. Coming up later on, of course, we're all going to watch Warriors and Lakers, hoping for the best. Go Warriors. See you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
3 little words no parent wants to hear.
My tummy hurts.
An